Okay, after the third try it worked. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. It is um, Sunday evening. I'm going to finish or work on. I've got 3 more postcards I need to work on. I'm going to start on these, and then while they're kind of drying, I'm going to do a thrift haul, a sale haul, a garage haul, and then I want to work on some art journaling. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Elise. I had some trouble getting it out of vertical mode. It happens to me every now and then. I get into this vertical mode. Let's see. Now I have to get everything set over here. Oh, hold on my tablet so that I can welcome folks coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What happened to my YouTube? There it is. Of course, I did not get my title in there. Oh well. Welcome in. Hi, Carol. Welcome in, welcome in. I'll have to adjust my camera, bring it down just a little. Hi, Sharon Lombard. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Let me adjust my camera a little here. Oh. So I did set up my watercolor. And what I have here, this is the finished one that I'm going to send to myself. And I just did this the other day to show you guys. I'm going to be putting a bunny on it. Now, Vale, Kimberly, and Becky won. And here's the finished fairy. I drew her out of the Leprechaun book, Wayne Anderson. And here is his fairy. And I like everything, but I don't exactly like the face that I did, but that just makes it mine, I guess. So, it looks like I put the greens on and the faces on 2 of them. So I have, this is Becky and Kimberly's, and Vale won the other night. And I want to get these done and sent out. And then I think I'm going to do some Easter postcards. So I'm going to do green on and the red mushroom on this one. I'm going to do red mushrooms on this one and this one. Let's start out with the red. So welcome in. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Thank you, Carol. How did your stream go the other night, Friday night? Carol did a stream with Carrie. Carrie, Call Me Glitter, is that her name? I was able to peek in just a little bit, but I was pretty tired the other night. All right, so my goal is to have these very watery and not plastered with a lot of color. So I want to kind of gradiate this out a little. And then I've got it very watery, and then I'll blot it. And that'll leave some of the pigment and take the rest of it away. So let's get my towel out here. And when you blot it, you just put your paper towel, your napkin, whatever you're using, down on it and press down. You don't rub. So see, that left a very light, and then I'll add some layers here. Maybe darken it underneath a little. And I think the only other red thing on here that I have is her bracelet. But we could give her red buttons. Oh, I did give her red buttons on my other. So this is a bracelet that she's wearing. And then she's got a button here and a button here. Now I could get a little bit more of a shading in on the sides here. And this is drawn in pencil. I did not erase the pencil lines on these, and I did not go over it in ink. I'll go over it in ink after I watercolor everything, and any remaining pencil lines will just be on there, which is okay. So I need to do the background on that. Let's go ahead and do, I'm getting ads. Hi, Karen K. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that it went over good for her. So, what nights is she going to be streaming? Or is she going to be streaming with somebody else? What I'm understanding is she wanted some experience because she's going to be going streaming with somebody. Let's do a little dark in there. And let's see, who else came in here? Karen K. Angie Brown. Hi, Angie girl. Are you home tonight or are you out at your aunt's? Angie has been doing some aunt duty, taking care of her aunt who fell and broke a hip. Is that, or she did something that she needs some extra loving on. Some extra help. Now I'll come back to that. Let's do the red buttons. And this brush may not be the best. It's kind of split. I just grabbed it. And let's do the bracelet. There we go. Maybe bring this, shade this a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. We're going to let those dry. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to go through my haul that I had to go get groceries yesterday. I was out of groceries again, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. No, really, toast and jelly, but I was ready for some more groceries. And I saw this really cool picture on Facebook Marketplace, and I messaged her and I got it. But she said, oh, if you come Saturday to pick it up, I'm having a garage sale. And she kind of had done a separate post of things she was selling. I'm going, wow. So I wanted to go Saturday to that garage sale. So I did. And I got some neat things I want to show you. I have a Rebecca Wells package to share from a couple weeks ago. And she was on, she sells on Sunday afternoons. And she was on this afternoon. I bought a few things, but I had to leave. Rebecca, Jacqueline, and Debbie Epps are the folks that I buy mostly from. Now, Jacqueline's going to take us a break for the next couple weeks, and I might take a break while she's taking a break of going to the sales, because I really need to concentrate on using up what I have. Okay, I'm going to set my watercolors aside for a bit. And I want to go through some things. Let's see, will it be safe here? Hopefully it will be. And I'm going to set my watercolor up there and my postcard up here. And then I just have these papers here for background. And my brush I'll just put over with the rest of them here. Okay. Oh, and I got the light shining. Let's put that paper back. Hi, Vale. She says, evening, Meri, lovely ladies. I'm watching on my TV from bed, so I may not post messages a lot. Sending love out to each of you. Okay. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Thanks for hopping up in the balcony. The bed balcony. The bed in the balcony. Vale, I like doing that too. I always giggle when you guys say you're watching from TV. Meri finally made it on television. Sharon says, am I going to get all these ads on my chat here? It does. I don't really control too much the ads, but they have started putting ads on live streams. So I guess the answer is yes, Sharon. I don't mess with the advertising. I just let them do what they want to do. So if you can adjust it any, I'm not doing that. So I apologize if they are annoying you. Just click them off. I get them in when I'm streaming, when I'm watching my own stream, I get ads. Right now, one just popped in. It's a dating game site, and I just click the X off. I don't even watch it. And if you do that, that's perfectly okay with me. Let's see what else is going on. Angie Brown says, okay, Carol, got it. Take it out of chat now. Oh, something happened. Thank you, Carol, for keeping an eye on our Angie. I missed whatever that was. It didn't even show up in my... Thank you, Sharon. She said it was a pretty postcard. Hi, Dee Dee. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Dee Dee says, no offense, people, but how do you think streamers get any pay? You know, Dee Dee has an excellent point. The ads, you know, I just click them off. They don't bother me as much. But when you stop and think about it, we don't have to pay YouTube to stream or even to put our content up on YouTube. And, you know, if you had your own website, not only do we get to put things up for free, they store it on their servers and everything, however they store it. And, you know, it's there for us to enjoy. And when you stop and think about YouTube, all the overhead costs that they have, not only for equipment, but hiring people to keep that equipment up and going and everything, it does not bother me that they take 30% of whatever the ads generate. It doesn't bother me. I'm very grateful, and I can talk to people all over the world. And so I have always liked advertising as far as as long as it's clean. You know, we don't get those. I used to be on, when you'd go online, you know, when you had the old dial-up, you'd get all these sexy ads and everything. Used to be, the ads were horrible. Now we can kind of control what we want to see and what we don't. Now I get the worst I get is some bra ads. You know, it just doesn't bother me. Be right back. Andrew's taking the dog for a walk. Sharon says, well, some ads are fine, but when it's so rupture to the content, it's not fun to watch. Yeah, it does interrupt the content. Just click it off. You don't have to watch the entire ad as far. I never watch the entire ad. When it pops up, I hit the little X box. And if you want to do that, fine, you know, that's okay with me. Yeah, it's not, you know, it annoys some people, you know, because their intent, they want to watch the show. They don't want to watch the sponsors. All right, let's see, what do I want to do first? I think I'll show you, oops, I had a hole in that sack. Well, that sack's no good. I'm glad this didn't break. I'm glad it was this I got, it's a glass tray, and it matches a picture. Why don't I just grab the picture and show it to you too? And this is at that garage sale that lady had. And I only got it because she charged me so little. I mean, for what it is, I think she only charged me $2 for this glass tray, and you know that cost her more than $2. And then there's this huge picture that matches it. Now, I saw this, and I liked it right away. Am I zoomed in or out? I think I'm zoomed out as far as I can go. This is just a big picture. It's probably about 18 by 22, something like that. Could be more than 22. It looks like it's about maybe 28 or something. It's a huge picture, and it's if you see, look at these numbers. It's the same type of numbers that are on this picture, only I was looking at these because I really got this for the frame, but I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to leave it like it is because these numbers are made together. It would make an excellent stencil because look, they're already fused together in here. They're fused here and here and here. They're fused on the 5. The 7 is all by itself, but I could fuse it together. The 9 and the 10, you can't see, they're down below. So, I could take a picture of it and create resize it and create a stencil. But that's the picture. Let's see, I'm just going to put it on the floor because, and the tray, which I think are real treasures. I think I got both of those for about $6. And she got this one at Goodwill for $4, and she charged me too. Originally, it was $30. It still has the tag on it here. $30 for this glass tray. And you know that picture, I didn't see a tag on it, but you know it wasn't cheap. And then, let's see, I got all of the, I told her I was interested in, I saw all these papers around, and she sold these to me for 25 cents a piece, which I think was a bargain. There's several of them here. She went around the entire room and gathered them up for me, because she knew where they all were. And this is going to go really nice in a art journal. Maybe well, even a steampunkish one. Maybe gather up some steampunk. All of these. How many are there? There's more here. Hold on. Look, there's a 10. Doesn't have a tag on it. Let me count how many there are here. There's a camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one goes this, maybe this way. 8, 9, 10. Look at that. 11, 12 of them, which is pretty pretty cool, if you ask me. And then there's this. And it would be pretty hard to bend that. You'd have to maybe snip it in there. This would make a nice, it'd make a nice journal cover even this way. But that's really not the size I like for journals, so I'm not sure. I might just leave it like it is. Then this was another last minute thing. Wait, here, there's one in here, a picture that's been framed like these. So very cool, steampunkish. And I think I have something that I got from Erin. It's a big sheet, and it has this type of illustration on it. It may not be a blueprint per se, but it's this type of illustration that would make a really nice journal. And you know what? I was watching, and I don't know her name. Let me put these on the floor. I was watching her. She took a picture frame. I was watching her on my other channel, and it was what to do with old picture frames. But she made a box like I'd made that book box. And of course, this one, if I used it this way, I could put in a horizontal one, take this apart. See, this was another Goodwill for 99 cents. So she got these at Goodwill, but you know, original price was more than 99 cents. Goodwill was selling these for 99 cents, but I could take this apart pretty easy in here. Well, maybe I could. Oh, that has the little flip pieces, and put in a horizontal one and make a book box type thing. I might do that with this. Yeah, I don't have space in here to hang things in a viewed mode. Then she grabbed this one. I paid her for everything I got. I paid her $20. But wait till you see. I'm not done showing you. Let me get that down. And she was coming to the $20 mark, and she grabbed this picture. And did she get this one at Goodwill? This is Lunch on a Skyscraper. 16 by 12, to avoid danger of suffocating. Keep it away from children so you don't suffocate them. Well, I don't have to worry about that. Look, they're having lunch up there on that skyscraper. And I'm sure this was I don't know, this might be a canvas. No, I think it's a paper. And it's probably a reprint. I don't see an original price or even a Goodwill price. But how cool is that? Now, one more thing, and you guys, my mouth dropped. What I originally saw on Facebook, let me grab it here. What sent me to her in the first place, and it's a local, pretty local, it's in the town where we get groceries and everything. What I saw on Facebook, I can't even get it all on here without, hold on, let me move my paints here. I'll put them over here for a minute. And move my phone. Oops. Hold on. I gotta look at this picture. It has to be, she gave me the dimensions. I think it's about 40 inches wide. And I can't get to the front. Let me move it this way. And all of these wonderful ladies in there, they look like they might be 1920s, 1930s outfits. Now, I know this is a canvas, and I know there are businesses that'll take a photograph and make a canvas from the photograph, and I think that's what this probably was. Somebody sent in maybe a college graduation or something. But I see a lot of ladies. The gentlemen, I do see gentlemen, that they're all in the background. You know, the men always stood in the back. So wherever this picture was from, and it just goes on for, I can't even, this is the halfway point here. This is the halfway point. So there's all of that, and let me angle it the other way. Here's my halfway point here, right here. And so there's all of that. Now, am I going to take it off of the frame? I don't think so. I think I'll hang this above, either above the arch. I don't want to hang it above the doorway going into that little room because I want to put a shelf there. But I could hang it up above the windows. Or I'm thinking I could somehow, it's got two hangers here and another one down below, that somehow I might be able to hang it on one of my bookcases. Or I could put it up where my teddy bears are, but that might be kind of dangerous. I'm not sure. But I could not resist it. I paid $10 for that picture. But everything else, well, that was included in the $20 amount. I paid her $20 for everything. So the picture was $10 and everything else was $10. Wasn't that? That was a bargain, you guys. That was a bargain. Let me look at chat. It's only 1 second. What's only 1 second? Famous photo, that one. It is a famous photo? Oh, Sharon, you're fine. You're fine. Don't, you know, we weren't criticizing you in any sense of the word. But it's more, you know, it's more standing up for the advertising because we want to get paid too. And we, you know, we only get pennies on the dollar. Well, we get 30%. I think one of my streams, if I'm lucky, will make between $1 and $2. Sometimes if I have a good stream, I'll make $3 off of my stream. And some people go back and watch the replays, but there aren't enough of that going on that it even makes a dent. But the thing of it is, when you stream more than once in a week, it adds up over the month. So, you know, and I don't do this as a business. If I was doing it as a business, I'd have a whole different approach. But my working life is over with. I'm retired. I want to have fun. Did Carol leave? I don't know. Carol, are you out there? Sharon says, well, now I'm leaving. Good, bye. Oh, Sharon, I hope we didn't upset you. I'm just glad to see you come in tonight. I hope, you know, you have a right to, Sharon, to say if you don't like advertising, you know, that's your privilege. But, yeah. Carol said she's here. Vale says, Meri, the men having their lunch above the city is famous. Oh, really? Oh. Well, then I know it was a reprint. But I think it's a cool picture. Thank you, Vale, for letting me know that. I didn't realize that. Angie Carroll is here. Sharon, we love you. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I don't think that's what she meant, Dee Dee. Dee Dee said, are you asking that we streamers don't monetize and turn off AdSense? Some streamers will do that. I don't, because I feel like if I can make even a few pennies from a stream or $1 or $2, I'll take it. I stream because I like to have fun. But, you know, if I can have fun and make $2 a night, I'll do it. Angie says, Carol, do you have a picture or is it the one in chat on your GM? Angie, Dee Dee says, exactly. Yeah, you know, the people that are on YouTube as a business, they diversify. They'll have AdSense, and they'll have maybe Ko-fi, or they'll have a shop, or they'll have sales. You know, and the people that are out of our niche, like oh, I'm trying to think of somebody right offhand. I can't think of them, but they'll do other business opportunities. Say they're in real estate or something. You know, they might have a stream on what to look for when you're buying a new house, or how to get a good when the people come in and inspect and that type of thing. They might have some good informational streams or videos, but they'll also have a side business where they're promoting their business. I'm trying to think of some. It's just not coming to my mind right now. Yeah, the ad is only 1 second. It's very, very short. Famous photo, that one. Vale was telling me that the ad of the men having their lunch up above on the skyscraper up above the city is a famous photo. Click the X as soon as the ad comes up and it goes away. You only miss 1 second. That's what I do when I'm streaming and I'm watching my own channel and an ad comes up. I just click that X. And I think, at least on my phone, I don't know how it is for everybody else, but if you click that X, you don't miss anything when you come back. It may not be on the red dot, but I think it picks up. Just say you watch for more than 1 second and you come back. I think it comes back to where it went off, and then if you want to get caught up with everybody else, you hit the red dot. I think that's how it is, but I'm not real sure on that. Did Sylvia pop in? Hi, Sylvia. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, let's move on. I also got another thing on Facebook Marketplace because it popped up on the day that I was going to town. This lady I bought from several times, and I was amazed what I got here. I'll tell you the price after I show you. I don't generally collect these. I have a few things. Look at this. Is chalkware. Is chalkware, you know, and you know Meri went for this. And I bought from her, so I kind of know her, and she always has things that I like. But yeah, there's this one. And wait till you see this. There's this one, which really kind of reminded me of St. Patrick's Day. But it's a lady, and it looks like she's a majorette. And I can't zoom out anymore, so this one has to be about, what, 15 inches? 15 inches tall. The other one's a little shorter. There's that one. You packed them up good here. Then there's this one, which is short. But look at these, and I'm sure these are vintage because they're all chalkware. This one might not be chalkware. Yeah, I think it is. Well, no, this one might be plaster of Paris. I'm pretty sure this one's chalkware. You can tell if it's chalkware because it's soft, and you can kind of scratch it. This one I think is plaster of Paris because it doesn't scratch easy. This one might be a plaster one, but it's still cool. And then there's one more. And I think this one, well, this one might be chalkware because it's chipped here and it's soft in there. So these both might be, and this is a Cupid, a little Cupid doll. This one might be chalkware too. It doesn't feel as soft as the others. Now, what do you think I paid for these? What do you think she charged me? What would you charge for these? And I'm gonna keep these out in my room, in my studio here. Let me bring her down more into frame. What would you charge for these? Just say you were selling them at a booth. Just say you had a craft booth. What would you charge? Saying that these are probably vintage software. They're not antique. Hi, Joyce Boring. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. You guys aren't going to tell me, are you? Angie says, okay, Carol, I will look one day this week. If I can't find you, then I will let you know how to get mine, okay? Vale said, you streamers do a lot of work. Dee Dee does a lot of work, you know, and Dee Dee could be, let me tell you, she isn't going to say, I got an ad right now. Let me click it off. She won't, but I think she should. Dee Dee could make a fortune if she had a membership area. But that's not what Dee Dee wants to do, and she has her good reasons for doing it. But Dee Dee shares a lot of her art, and she's a pro. She is a pro. And you have no idea the cost. Are they Japanese? No, I don't think they are. There's no marking on them. Usually on these type of things, they don't put markings on the back of chalkware. I've never seen a maker's mark on a chalkware piece. $5 for all of them, or $5 a piece? Hi, Heather Doodlebug. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Yellow 5. $15 for the larger ones and $7 for the smaller ones. So these would be $30 and these would be $14. So that would be what? $30, $44 for everything. Now that I think would be a fair market price if you were buying them, and it would probably be extremely fair. You know, some vendors would ask $30 a piece for these, but I think $15 a piece is a fair price. I would, you know, I probably wouldn't buy it for that. She charged me $15 for everything. 15 divided by 4 is about $4 a piece, which kind of hit what Joyce said, I think. Adele, I'm just going to call you, I'm going to call you AA. Or maybe I'll call you Cap A, because you've got capital A's. Teresa says, mine were marked on the bottom. Yeah, well, this was a marketplace. This wasn't, this was on Facebook Marketplace. I popped in, she had just listed them, and I happened to be online. And I have purchased from her before, so she knew me, and I just happened to get them. And she says, hi, twin. Carol's saying something. Carol says, I will catch all later. It's dinner time. I'll be back. Yeah, I didn't eat dinner tonight. I need to eat something after the stream. Heather must be, who is Heather? Doodlebug? Oh, Heather Doodlebug. Welcome in, Heather, and AA. Welcome in, welcome in. Are you Angie too? Is that why? Teresa's here. Angie says, hello, twin. So AA must be an Angie. Angela Adele. Well, I'm saying Adele. I may not be pronouncing that wrong. Angela, that's a pretty name. Carol went to eat dinner. Teresa says, how far away is he? Howdy do, twin, Adele says. Adele said, AA. I'm probably pronouncing your last name incorrect. Yes, my first name is Angela. Okay, so I'm going to just set these around my room on the floor. These smaller ones, usually when they're flat back like this, they have a hanger. I'm not sure what I'll do with these. It would be fun. Let me put these back in the box. This one I think was wrapped in what bubble wrap she had. It's another piece. Oops, got to be careful. I have one chalkware piece that I had it out on my desk. I'm going to stand these up because I'll be setting them out when these would be fun to, since they're flat backed, to maybe put them on a box. You know, just like a Kleenex box or something. And even if you glued them, you could probably, if you ever wanted to take them off the box, you could probably hit that glue, like I'm thinking hot glue. You could probably hit it with the heat gun and it'd come off the box. So that would be fun to put these on like boxes. I don't know if a jar probably wouldn't do the job. But I could see making little pencil boxes or even little vases, a vase box sort of. I don't know if I have one. Let me get this off my lap. Yeah, I kind of raked it in this weekend, let me tell you. And I think though, Jacqueline is taking a break for the next 2 weeks. I think I'm going to take a break because I have been, here's a box that I could probably turn this way. It would be the right height to what I'm thinking of. You know, and say this was this height. Well, it's a little tall. It'd even be fun to kind of put them like this on some side of a box. And I think if you used hot glue, if you didn't like it, if you ever wanted to take it apart, you could hit it with hot glue and melt the hot glue. This is a box with papers in it. I brought it in to get it. I don't think I have anything in here. Well, maybe I do. Hold on. No, this is a... I'll take that out. This, not the bubble wrap, but these, I could put in that journal thing that I'm going to. I'm building a journal out of scraps in my scrapbook sack over here. Let me just put those in there. And this, what I want to do, I'll set these aside. I like these boxes. What I like to do is cover them. I had a hard time opening this here, but I can mend that. Maybe put a piece that folds, something like, not paper, but a cardboard piece that folds this way and maybe folds inside, and cover the little boxes. I'm liking pretty little boxes. And the boxes I get in the mail, something came from, who'd this come from? This came from Ranger Industries. This box did. I've had it around. I'm going to have a stream where I do nothing but cover boxes. Now let me, oh, but I'm not done. I still have a Rebecca haul to share. Let me get my pins back on the table here. But before I go too much further with the hauls and everything, I'm going to take a break and work on this postcard that I have the green to do in the background. I'm going to finish these postcards. I set them up here to dry while I was showing you. I have the green background, and we had that ink. Do I have that ink out? We have an ink. There's a light green in here, and then I took that ink and went around the edge. Whoops, I'm out of frame. I'm sorry. So I want to do the background, not on that one, on this one. And then I'll set that aside, and then I'll do the inks on this. So I'm going to kind of do these cards intermission here. These, I think I will put these on a box. I'll have to look around for a good box to put these on. They are so cute. They almost could go like that. Only his head is a little small. Yeah, I'm sure these are vintage. But you know, chalkware items. Well, let's go explore a minute here. Meri's curious. Let's just put in, let's go to, come on. Let's go to let's put in chalkware Kewpie. We'll do the Kewpie first. Kewpie, and she's probably about 5 inches tall. And see if there's anything that they're selling out there. Go. Oh, I went into the, I hate it when I do that. Let me minimize my, oh, why is it? Let me just get out of this. Okay, so here's a head on Etsy. Here's, this one's not very tall. Let's see, let's do more images here. Looks like this one right here. Very similar. Only her hand is a little different. She's selling this one for $36 on Etsy. Reduced to $36. Romantic Lovely. It was a rare find, reduced. MC Chalkware, Kewpie doll. Big side, glancing eyes, 7.5 inches tall, adorable. Vintage from the 1940s. Related search here. Well, these are little devils. Oh, here's another one here. It's $24 for this one. So what did we say, $5? So you know, if let's just say both of these would sell for $25 each. That's $50. And what do you think the larger ones are for? You know, we said $15 a piece. You know, I'm going back to my chat. You know that I got a bargain. But you know, I'm keeping them for me. I'm not reselling or anything like that. I enjoy having these things around me. I need to get back into my chat here. I need to come back and talk to you. Here I am. Oh, see, I got an ad. Now, on this one, you have to wait till the skip comes up. But in chat, you can just hit the X. And look, see what happens to me? I get a blank, and I have to close everything out and come back in. Come on. Where am I? Where am I? See, it says, there I am. Hi, the little devils. Yeah. Hi, Coloring. Welcome in, welcome in. Aren't these cute? If you scroll back, you'll see the tall ones coloring. I had 2 tall ones. I put them behind me. I don't want to dig them out again. But if you scroll back, you'll see them. And I got the 2 tall ones and the 2 short ones for in a bundle for $15 for all of them, which I think was just a deal. But I have purchased from this lady. She's local here. I purchased from her before, and I like everything. I told her, I said, you have everything I like. Just send it over to my house if you don't know what to do with it. Hi, Christina. I don't think I welcomed you in. Welcome in, welcome in. Coloring says, hey, Duty. Woo! Dee is laughing. You like to see me working on my phone? I need to get busy and do this watercolor. Christina popped in. Vale says, Meri, your fairies are adorable. Thank you, Vale. You're getting one. You're getting one of these I'm working on tonight. The one I have finished, I already showed it the other night, where this is how I'm going to finish it. This one comes to me. But this is similar to how they would look. Each one will have its own little personality, even though they'll have the same coloring. Let's see. It looks like YouTube had put numbers on the backs of all the names. And Dee Dee, I shouldn't even say it because I have no knowledge of why they put the numbers on there. But in my own heart, I think they put the numbers on the back of names to, there were a lot of people impersonating people like Ryan Hall and people like that. But I don't know if the numbers, Angie still has a number on hers, Angie Brown 7044. But most of you don't have the numbers on your names anymore. Vale 6, Coloring View. Welcome in, welcome in. Well, you know, YouTube they're constantly changing things because they're constantly updating. They're trying to give us the best experience that they can, but they aren't going to suit everybody. They aren't going to suit everybody. Have you tried to suit everybody in your life? It's not possible. Let me go down to the bottom. Christina says, love Google Lens. I mainly use it to identify plants. Oh, really? Google Lens. I've never tried that. Let me put the green on this card. Let me put my little figurines back in the box here. Oh, but I still have a couple more things to show you. 3 more things. But I don't want to take up the entire stream with showing you my good weekend. All right, I'm going to use this brush for the green, and let's see, I haven't done her hair yet. Let's do the hair before I do the green. I have to, oops, twirl my cart here. Let me get some yellow here. My brother wanted to go fishing. Was it Thursday? I think we went on Thursday after my stream. He wanted to go, and I did a little bit of urban sketching, but my book is not in here, and it was just of the trees down at the lake, but it was fun to do. Let's see, I wanted to do her hair first. And I'm just going to, now, when I do this type of thing, I do not, this is pretty, I want to say pretty flat. I do not do a lot of shading and values and things like that. Now, my pencil is kind of getting dark in here. It's kind of rubbing into the yellow, but I don't mind that because if you look at this is all sepia, and it's got just a little bit of yellow in there, but it's kind of grayed out in there. So when it does that, on this type of thing, I don't matter. It doesn't bother me too much. And her hair is all done in pencil. Let's see, I'm going to bring a little of it out this way. And my tendency when I do this type thing is I want to plaster this with color. I'm going to put it a little bit darker around her neck in here. But I'm the type of person that likes to have a lot of color on my pieces. And even to do, so I got a lot of color, but I tried to keep it light and watery. My leprechauns, I showed them before. Here, they are plastered with color, and this is more what I tend toward, is plastering my pieces with color. And I'm trying to work lighter with watercolor, but I may not have achieved that perfectly yet. All right, now we want to do the green here. And I want to keep it very light and very watery. And my water's way over here. Let's move it. That's dangerous. Let's put it up here. And so I'm just gonna kind of come in. Oh, that's blue. That's not green. Let's blot that. I went into the blue, not the green. I thought that was green. I must have. It looks blue to me, but it is my green. It's green. It just looks blue to me tonight. I don't know why. Now, this is her wings in here, and I'm going to put a little, just a very light behind her wings, because her wings will be transparent, and I want it to be very, very light back behind her. Maybe a little bit darker around her wings. Maybe not quite that dark, but a little darker so that her wings will pop out. Now I have, this seems lighter to me. I think I added yellow to this, but we'll just leave this one. Like I said, each of these cards will have their own personality. I'm just going to go with this. I think I added yellow to that other one. Got kind of a yellow-green. We'll go with this for now. And I'm not a watercolor pro. I almost, when I do this type of thing, I almost feel like I'm coloring, color view. I almost feel like I'm coloring because I'm just really, whoops. There's my brush. Fell apart here. I'll have to put some glue in that. I'm just transferring the color from the, I'm not really doing sophisticated watercolor techniques in here. Now, Becky said these are feet, and Becky's going to get one, so I'm going to go in with some pink. I haven't done the pink on her face yet. So I'm going to make these little toes and feet in there. On mine, I made them ruffle. Now I'm going to come back with a harp, and I'm going to do a little bit of green in here, and then maybe a little bit of blue because her dress is going to be blue. So we're going to make those be feet, not okay, I think I'm happy with that. Now let's get these other two out. This one, see the difference in the greens there? This is more of a light. I think I added some yellow. And the other one, where is it at? It's up here. What did I do with it? It's over here. See, these two are lighter. This is more the color of this ink. But all I did for this ink, and I don't know what I did with my swatch card. I'll worry about that another time. Put that up there. Let's just take some, well, I don't want to wet my, I think I put this on wax paper, but let's see how this works. See, this is about the same color. This is more of a blue. It's got some blue. It's more of a teal color. I don't know if I can even read the color on here. I can't read it. I don't want to spill it. So I don't know if it's going to make much difference on this. Maybe I'll put it plastered on a little bit deeper, maybe in here too. I'm not seeing much of a difference, but you guys might. I see a difference in my phone, but in real life I don't see much of it. I'll see a difference in there. I'm just going to kind of border it here. And I don't know who will get what. I know what I'll get, but I haven't, you know, when I do these, I don't say this one's going to Becky and this one's going to Kimberly and this one's going to Vale. I don't do that. I just kind of pick them up and turn them over face down and address them. All right, I think I'll leave that. I think that's good. Now, you'll probably have to zoom in, and then we get that. Let me move this paper up. You'll probably have to zoom in to see it close up. I don't want to fool with my zoom because I'm going to do another haul here in a minute. So this one shows up. It'll probably dry a little lighter, and I'm going to come in with blue, and I have to do her face and the harp and the mushrooms. So I'm just gonna work on these until they're done. I might not get them done till Tuesday morning. And then I'm going to do Easter postcards next. And I haven't done her hair yet. I haven't done the hair on the other two. But I don't want to do it now because I'll probably have to get clean water. Now I can see the contrast on this. And I'm going to make these a little greener underneath of the mushrooms. The mushroom in there. And the mushroom over here. And this is acrylic ink. This, what I'm putting on now, this is not watercolor. But it's got kind of a watercolor-y effect. And it doesn't look like I got too much green going on in there. I might just bring this in a little. It's more of a teal green. Okay, let's see what's down here. I think, whoops. So I don't think I got too much green going on in here as far as my watercolor goes. All right, I think I'm going to call that good. And we'll do the next one, and then we'll let these dry, and I'll show you some more of my haul. I think I'm going to take a, you know, it'd be nice to do now. Jacqueline is only going to take a 2-week break from selling. She might be online, you know, I don't know what her plans are. She said she's going to break selling for a couple weeks. And I think I'll break my selling along with her. I still have the printer. Oh my goodness, you guys, the printer is a story in itself. I found the printer I wanted. It's a HP Smart Tank. And I had that gift card. And I didn't realize when I did the order that you cannot, on Amazon, you cannot split it between your bank account, which is your, in my case, it's my debit card, and a credit card. You can split it between a gift card and your bank account. Well, I did my order, and then the next day I started getting these emails that my payment was declined. I'm going, well, why? Well, I went out to check the addressing. Long story short, the address on the gift card was different than the address on Amazon. So I fixed that, and it appeared to go through, but I was still getting declined messages. So I went through all this rigmarole with the Amazon help, and it was not fun, you guys. It was not fun. They said, did you check your bank? And I checked my bank. My bank that I bank with didn't know a thing about it because the gift card was not off of their bank. We're going to set that aside and close up my... So, eventually we just canceled the order. Well, I'd also gotten the warranty. Well, they had charged the company that you get the warranty from is Asurian, and they had charged my gift card for the amount of the warranty, and it went through. And the Amazon people said, we can't change that. We have to call the company and have them change it. And I'm sitting there going, you know. And I gave them a bad review because they gave a survey, and I said this was a... And even the survey they sent out, I thought, what are you guys doing? Because it said, rate this. It didn't say 1 being good, 5 being poor. They did not have good on this side and poor on this side. They just had poor, 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 poor. Well, if you put 2 stars here, thinking it would... There's nothing here. So I'm going... Do I fill out all the stars to hit poor? Or if I put 2 stars there, does it mean that it's good? Or if I put 2 stars here, does it mean that it's poor? And I'm going, even your survey is nuts. And I asked them, when I was chatting with the agents, I said, why can you not, even if you can't take it off of my debit card, why can't you just pull that money out of my account? And he said, do you not understand now that you can't use your bank? And I'm sitting there going, don't shout at me. I'm having a hard time with this transaction. I don't understand anything. And well, we eventually canceled it. And I thought it over, and and I was pretty upset. Because I'm going, I would just want to buy a printer. You guys, shape up your selves. I'm sure they have good reasons for what they do. But it was a mess. And so I still have, they emailed me today and said they got in touch with the company and it'll take a couple days for it to come through. Well, I'm not going to do anything until I get my warranty rebated to me. And they canceled the sale, so the sale shouldn't go through either. But I looked at my gift card. You can look and see how much you have on the balance, and they still have $143 charged to my gift card. My gift card was for $200, and it was a rebate, is what it was, for this Kinetic, which is our internet service. When I had that fiber installed, because I got the parts that they needed, and was one of the first ones in our little town to get it. Well, I think that's just a part. If you agree with to have your service changed, they give you $100 gift. And then if you buy the backup, they send you another $100 gift. So I got a $200 gift card that I couldn't use on Amazon. Not a gift card, a credit card. It was a digital MasterCard. And because you cannot use your bank card and a credit card, it won't let you do it. It charged everything to my gift card. Well, the gift card didn't cover the entire amount, so it declined it. Well, I didn't want it to go to the entire amount. I wanted it to split between, but there was nothing to tell me. There was nothing, and I said, why don't they say you can't do this? It's impossible. They don't send an error message. And I was trying to tell the service rep that. I said, you guys need to let them know what's going on. You know, we're little users out here that we don't understand all your banking rules. Well, anyway, so I thought it over, and I said, well, why don't, when I get all my money refunded to me and the transaction canceled and everything canceled and my money back to where it belongs, I messaged another customer service for a live chat, and I said, would it work if I took the amount of my gift card, my MasterCard, digital MasterCard, and bought an Amazon gift card? Because you can use your bank account and a gift card, but you can't use your bank account and another credit card. It won't work. You'll get if you don't have enough money on your card that you are charging it to, it'll decline payment. And oh yeah, you can do that. And I'm going, why didn't you guys tell me that? I must have been on the phone with him 4 hours. It had to be 4 hours trying to figure out what was going on. Why was it getting declined? And finally, they told me why, but they didn't tell me you can take that balance off of your digital MasterCard and buy an Amazon gift card and then use your bank card with a gift card, which will work. And I'm going, why can you use a gift card and not a MasterCard credit card? There must be some rule that I don't understand. I was tired. I was upset. But when that all clears up, I'm going to go back and reorder that printer. It's an HP Smart Printer. And I've been working with the printer I have. I refilled the ink. It looks like it had ink, but now I can't find on my settings how to see. Usually on my phone settings, the little app that goes with the Epson printer I have, you can navigate and see how much it's telling how much ink you have. There's nothing on my front of my, I can't see the levels on the front of my, it's all blank. And I know it's got ink in it because when I put the ink in, it used, I could see it went down. So, and I kind of have it working. Now it's giving me, I should bring it in and show you, it's giving me the white streaks. So I looked up and see how to get rid of the white streaking, and they said do nozzle checks and power cleanses. And I did that 2 or 3 times, and I still haven't resolved it. Got another ad. So if I get that one working, at least even for black and white, I can print off my tatting patterns and any black and white documents on that one. But it won't give me quality prints for what I want to use it for stickers and stuff. You have an HP Eco Printer? Do you know then that you love it? You love it. I'm staying out of this talk. Angie says, I know what Meri is talking about. I have not a clue what Meri's talking about. Well, let's just say I had a real banking problem trying to order from Amazon. And I'll tell you, I didn't know what was going on at first. It took about 4 hours of chat and figuring out. First of all, I had to figure out the address difference. They didn't say, go check and see if your address is different. If they would have told me, it would have been a simple fix. I was sitting there going, why is it declining? Well, I finally got the order to go through, and it didn't give me the message anymore. But then it came back and gave me a decline message, and through all the chat, probably an hour 3, they said, well, you can't charge it to your bank account and a credit card. It was a real problem. Let's see. Coloring View says, I have ink still in the box I've never used. Thanks, Meri, for the idea. Yeah, those inks, if you kind of water them down, they get very watery, like a watercolor. I have a lot of, when Hobby Lobby was selling out their FW inks a couple years ago, we all went and bought out Hobby Lobby's FW inks because it was such a good price. I think it was like $1.24 a bottle or something. It was a real good price, and everybody on YouTube found out about it. We all went and bought Hobby Lobby's FW inks. Dee Dee said, yes, we did, Meri. Well, you did what? Oh, you bought them all. Yeah, we did buy them all, didn't we? And I still have I still have a good amount of them over there. I haven't used them for quite a while, but I haven't used this one for quite a while, and it's still pretty good. The FW, this is a pearlescent ink. All right, I'm going to set this aside. I could probably continue with but I want to go back to the hulls here. Let me move the water. I'm going to empty this. Get some clean, but not now. Let's do the thrift store haul where I went first. Now, I did not get a whole lot at the thrift store, but I did get a few things. Now, this was Saturday morning. Well, I went into town. I was going to go to the garage sale first, but it was on the other side of town, so I said, well, I'm going to go to the thrift store. This is a vinyl weave basket, and it's kind of out of shape, but it's okay because I can still put stuff in it. I wanted a nice basket. Well, this one had a top, and it closes pretty good. It's a little off, but it's pretty good. And I'm going to put this in my lap now so that you guys can see what I'm talking about when I chat here. I should probably turn that overhead light off, but it gives me the light I need when I'm working. Alrighty, look at this. Does anybody see what I see here? Let's take this and put it right here. Let's take this. I'm going to take this strap off. And it's a long strap, but even the strap is beaded. And maybe put it right in here and right there. Now, this is beaded on both sides. I see a putz house. Now, it's a little bit big for a putz house, but I still see a little house. And put a door there and a couple windows. And it's even got a back. It doesn't have white on the back. And it's, you know, it's a purse. It's got a pocket here. It's got a zipper there. And I don't think I would carry this as a purse. It's pretty textured. But I saw a little stone house. Now, I'm sure if I go cutting this and try to make it smaller, unless I ran glue on it first, the beads would probably, I would probably cut it like that. I could probably put hot glue on there, cut it, take the zipper out, run hot glue. I'm sure, I don't understand how they would bead something like that. I don't think this is hand beaded. If it were hand beaded, that would be an awful lot of work. And even the little zipper pull, it's got a little round bead ball on it. I suppose there's a mechanical way to thread beads. I don't know what it is, but this surely is not done with hand done. You bought all of the inks, Dee Dee? You bought one of each. Yeah, I knew what you meant. So I couldn't leave this. This one cost me $3, but I thought, oh, this will be fun to play with. If I do any cutting on it, I will probably run hot glue across and then cut on the other side, or maybe I'll run 2 streams of hot glue and cut in the center so that the beads won't fall off. Because I will probably upcycle this. I don't think I'll ever use it, but I got that. I couldn't resist it. And then, don't tell me why, I bought these. Let me put the price tag off. The price tag was $1.99 for a stack of, while you were out, pink things. And I looked at it and I said, well, this would be fun to make a little journal and put quotes, or, you know, date it up here and make a little daily journal while you were out. While you did not come to my stream on April 1st or on, you know, whatever day it is. While you were out, this is what we did while you missed it all. Or I could just date it and say, Meri's live stream or Meri's video, and this is what happened. So I'm thinking I'm going to use these up. Yeah, I'm inspired. Then I had paid for everything, and I noticed this fan sitting on the counter. And it was a gentleman that was helping me. And I was looking for the price tag, and he said, that's free. You can have it. Isn't that cool? I said, I'll take it. I like the advertising. I like the advertising better than the... But do you remember, well, going to church and having these fans in the Bible rack? And fanning yourself. That's when they did not have air conditioning. Couldn't afford air conditioning. And let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, this, I think I'm still going to get it because I was looking at this. This has these clips. I wanted something to put my phone on the other side. I don't know if I can use that other piece that I took off of my camera stand. But when I go urban sketching, and this is kind of hard to bend, but it's a clip-on thing. But it's got clamps at both sides. It doesn't have a camera clamp. You could probably put your and it's not hard to, I mean, it's not easy to, but I would not want to put my phone in here because it would snap and my phone would go flying. So I paid $2 for this. I think I can still use it to hold things while I'm working. But I thought it was what I wanted, but I think these are cheap on Amazon. I want to go to Amazon and get one that has the camera clamp on it. But I'll probably find a use for that. And what else did I get here? That's the price tag. I got some little paper clips. And I think, besides the basket that I've only shown you, I've got 2 tops that I will wash. And this store is really clean. I don't worry about bugs or anything in here. I've never seen stuff, and I'm going to throw these, and whenever I get them, I throw them in the wash. And I'll be wearing these around the house. I'm going to throw them over on the floor. That was my thrift store haul. I didn't buy a lot because I'm going to keep these out. I didn't buy a lot because I knew I was going to that garage sale. And I only spent $20 at that garage sale, and I got those 2 big pictures of the man on the skyscraper and those ladies, and then I got a number picture with all the numbers on it, a big framed picture, P-I-C-T-U-R-E, not a picture, but a picture. And then I got the glass top and 12 or 13 of those steampunk pages. All for $20. I thought that I raked it in. I went home, and I was almost home. It's probably about 12 miles, 10 or 12 miles, depending on where you go to go up to town, which for you city dwellers is across town, but for us people in the small towns, that's a trip. And I just about got back home. I was probably about 2 miles from home, coming home, and I realized I didn't pick up those chalkware pieces. So I turned around. I said, well, I could either have her hold them till next week, or I could go back and get them. And I thought, well, either way, I'm going to have to go get them. And so I just turned around, went back to town. And I didn't have the change, so I stopped. Let me reach for it. I stopped at the Dollar Tree, because I had a $20 bill that I didn't have. It wasn't $20, it was $15. So I stopped into the Dollar Tree and bought these. These were $6. This one is $6. I love these boxes. I like to keep things in them. And this one does not expand, and I like the ones that do not expand, because they expand and then this sinks down in, and I like them nice and square. And then I saw this little one, and this one is $2. So I got my change, and I got some pretty boxes. And I'll put stuff in here. I was thinking that, oh, you can't see it, but I have that tray over to the side. I was thinking I'd put stuff in this. I'm going to keep it out. And I'll find, believe me, I'll find stuff. I have a Rebecca Wills haul here. I'll probably start loading them up in this box. And let's see, what else do I have here? What is this? I don't even know what this is. This isn't, I think these are magazines from the other night. This is not a part of my haul, I don't think. Hold on. Although I did get the magazines at the library the day before. I went to the library. Wait, let me see what this is. I have to open it up. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hold on. That's Sakis. I should just cut it. Dee Dee says, cut it. Yeah, oh, yeah. What this is, and why I brought it in, I won't have time tonight. But I'm doing these deconstructing magazines here. And I'm going to pull this off because I tore the bag. I'll put it in a fresh, clean bag. Let me move this. And let me throw this away. And I've got another one here that, hold on. Is that a clean one? Oh, hold it. I got another one. I'll use that one. We don't run out of plastic bags, that's for sure. I went through, this is just a portion. I go through the magazines and I just deconstruct them all. Maybe I'll sit here and do this as a break before we do Rebecca's. And what I'm going to do is go through these, and I'll go through a few and show you. Because these are the magazines as they came, you know, it's the entire magazine. But I'll put my trash in this bag that I tore. And I just separated the pages. This letter from the editor, I'm going to put in my writing journal right at the very front. And I'll be the editor of my writing journal. And my writing journal is getting full. I need to bind. I have another one all ready to go, but it's not bound yet. But see, I'm going to cut these, and then these will become trash. So I'm going to go through these. And is there anything I like? 24/7. I think I saved, this is Women's History Month. Let's save the 24/7. I'll just clip it like that. And these were free magazines. This is probably maybe half of what I got at the library. And I'm going to put this in my lap. We're going to away. I like the away words here. We're going to have a stack of journaling images. They're not really fussy cuts because I'm not fussy cutting. I'm just saving. And I did check out a book to read. Look, this one says, where AI means awe-inspiring. That's what that ad says. And it's an ad for travel in Florida, where AI means awe-inspiring. Now, I have my own little saying about AI, of the people who come into chats and criticize AI. I call it AIDS, AIDS. That's the artificial derangement syndrome. AIDS. I get a kick out of that. You got AIDS. Don't come into my channel and complain about AI. And here I like this one. Unschedule your getaway. The way to beach. And I don't think I want the way to beach, but I like the unschedule your getaway. So your getaway, maybe you had your your getaway all planned to go to the beach? Well, sometimes if you don't follow your plan, you unschedule it and you go off the beaten path. That's what that meant to me. This is hidden benefits. That's why I saved that. I can see using these in glue books or on journal pages. And really what I'm doing is more or less saving the things that interest me or things that I can use for journal spots. I find that travel magazines and even the, well, not the wildlife ones, the ones, there's some woodworking magazines. I find that the journal spots interest me more than the pictures. Pure on the water, crowd-free, carefree Florida. I don't see anything on here that I want. Some of this is just magazine. Here's the Midwest Monet, and it's lavender. I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to cut that. I need a plant as strong as I am. Well, while I like that, I don't really need that. This was a Kentucky travel spot. Looks like two ladies out enjoying the sky. I'm not really, what I want is this flower. It looks like hydrangea. Have you been to the florist yet? Have you been to the garden center? Not the florist, but the garden center? I went to Menards the other day. I bought spring, I tell you, I I spent money the other day. I bought spring bulbs. I wasn't going to plant canna bulbs, but I saw them at Menards, and I said, I'm going to get some and try them again. And I got canna bulbs and gladiolas, a dahlia. I think I bought about 7 packages of bulbs. And I'm surprised my brother hasn't nagged me this afternoon to go out and plant those. This is another Midwest Monet. I'm going to say that. Here's another AI. It means awe-inspiring. Go walk in a winter wonderland. Well, I have to pick and choose. I'm going to pick the AI-inspiring. And I won't sit and do this all night. This was from the Midwest Living. This says small talk. Slow down and immerse yourself with the locals in one of these inviting little towns. Well, I'm just going to cut the word small talk. It'll go in some journal somewhere. And it says wander list. I'll save the wander list on it. All right. Looks like we're done with that, magazine? Because I'm into the cover. Midwest Living. Postcard from Paradise. That's why I saved that. So some of these, you get good journal words. And some of them, like the Nebraska Life, we'll do a Nebraska Life. I won't do all of these tonight. But we'll do a Nebraska Life, and you can see how beautiful their photography is. I don't want that. Too often we don't ask adults to use the muscles of their imagination. Isn't that cool? It's a cool phrase. Now, I think I'm going to save this out because this is, I like both this. I probably will, I think I'll save it out. Too often we don't ask adults to use the muscles of their imagination. And here are some others that I think I'll just save, make good backgrounds. I could see Dee Dee using that. We are all made of stars. They're looking up. They're looking up in a night sky here. That's what they're doing. I'll save these. I'm not ready to cut those. Here's another away. I like the away pages. And I'm just going to save the words away. I don't really... She's skiing, but I have no use for that. I'll save the aways. And I have a whole box of this type of thing that when we went down to the lake last summer, I filled a whole box of snippets and things from magazines. And it's around here somewhere. Look at Imagine, Envision. That's why I saved it. What's on the other side? Signature, events. Well, I kind of like this, but I think I can save both of them. Create your perfect home exterior design. Well, I don't need that. I just need Imagine and Envision. And we're going to save all of that. And then we're going to flip over. And this is a pretty cool kind of a, well, this is a historical St. Charles. St. Charles is a suburb of St. Louis. Well, they're really their own little town, but they're on the outskirts of St. Louis. I've been to St. Charles several times visiting my needlework friends. So good, they'll flip their lid. Now, I don't have a use for that. And Halloween Groove. These are mirrored disco bulbs. That doesn't float my boat. I think this was from the Woodworking magazine. Yeah, wood. Now, some of these magazines, not these, because I've deconstructed all of these. We're not going to go through this whole step tonight. But some of, in fact, I think I'll look for a Nebraska land. But I've got some more, about half of them still out in a bag out by my recliner. And I think I'm going to do what Dee Dee did, several years ago. Kind of like when I first started following her when she came online onto YouTube. She took several magazines and glued them together. These are all, here's a Nebraska land. We'll do that next, and then I'll stop. But when they're like these, like, I don't really care for the wood stuff, although I think I threw away some out of this. I'm going to put this down. But if I have a complete magazine, she glues them together, and then she painted. She did reverse collage in them. And I have one. I put it away because my camera stand broke, and I had to reach down in there. I had it down with on my surge protector that's behind my desk. But I put all that stuff behind away, and it's packed away. So I'm going to make me another magazine. I'm going to look and sort some out. And we'll do a project where we glue magazines together and paint the backgrounds. And that one I did several years ago had 800 pages. I don't think I'll do 800 pages again. So let's put the rest of these in this bag, because I'm not going to sit here and, there's my phone. I was looking all over for this phone. It's funny because it's been missing for 2 days. I didn't know what I did with it. But I don't have it registered. I've got to get out there and register it. You have to register it to use the Samsung Find My Phone. I tried to go find it, and it said, your phones are not registered. I got to go register them with Samsung. And, but I lost it one other time, and it was a couple days before. I have an alarm set, and when your phone is off, the alarm still works. One morning, 3:30 in the morning, the alarm went off. And I found it because the alarm went off. And so when I misplaced this one, it was in here. I said, well, I guess I'll wait for the alarm to go off. It'll go off tomorrow morning at 3:30. I'm sure it needs to be charged. Let's see what. Yeah, it's not even coming on. It's not even coming on. I have to charge it up. Oh, but I'm glad I found it. I knew it was around here. I just didn't know where. I'm going to put these in this sack, and we're going to go through the Nebraska land. And then I'll move on. I forgot that I even brought these in here. and I'll sit here and do these while our TV is, I tell you, I've had a week of silence with the TV. Dish lost the channel 10 and 11 channel a couple weeks ago, a week or so ago. And by us fooling around and trying to find out what happened, we did something and we can't get it. Well, we can get the channels, but they don't come in. We just get snow and static. And I keep telling my brother, I keep saying it needs to be reset. Either our modem or something through Dish needs to be reset. And he thinks we need a new TV. And I should just go along with we need a new TV and have him get a smart one. But he doesn't think he's good enough to get a smart one. He's not smart enough. Let's cut this cat out. But I need to call Dish. And it's happened to us before. I'm just going to kind of fussy cut that. It's happened to us before where that TV has gone to snow. And I have to call Dish. And we press buttons on the modem and buttons on the... It's an old TV. The TV has to be 20, 35 years old. It's an old console RCA. But it still works with Dish. We got satellite. And I was talking about in a morning stream, and I think it was Kimberly said, just go buy an antenna, because Dish had a problem with the provider of Channel 10 and 11, and Channel 10 and 11 really is free. Well, the company that provides it to Dish is raising their prices, and Dish doesn't want to pay it. So they had a dispute, and I don't know if they got that settled because our TV went to snow. So I've had all kind of technical change. Angie, let's see, did somebody fix that for me? Let me go out and come back in. Would somebody fix Angie's message? Show it. It said another moderator handled it. Let's see what Angie said. I'm still seeing it as being held for review. Angie says, for 3 weeks, I've been sleeping with my pajama bottoms on because I'm out here. But tonight is so hot, no PJ. Shh. That's why they held it for review, Angie. We won't. There we go. That's why YouTube held it for review. You need to be careful what you say. YouTube will say, Angie. All right, let's see. Every pair of boots up there had walked me to and through some new unexpected experience of a lifetime. And here are the boots. Blame it all on my boots. So I'm just going to cut this little quote out, and we're going to put it with the boots. You can get a lot of fun things in these magazines. I get these from our local library. I think in the larger towns, it's a little bit harder to get a hold of free magazines because people... You know, you're in competition, but in these little towns, people donate their magazines to the library. At one point, though, it was pretty dry, but they're getting them back in again. And whenever I can go, and I don't grab them all, I just grab all the good ones. So I'm just going to take my painter's tape, and hopefully, I'm just going to put it right here. And hopefully it won't ruin my paper. Sometimes when I use a painter's tape, it ruins my paper. I think what I'll do, I don't want to glue it on there yet because I don't know how I'm going to use it. But I think what I'll do is put it here. And then come on the back. So I get those together. I'm not going to cut that. I'll put it up with the big. And this is, I saved this. If you buy a Magnolia magazine or find one free, they always at the end have their manifesto. And I don't think it changes. We believe in home that it should restore us from today and ready us for tomorrow. And as it has all the things that they believe. I'm going to keep that up. All right, now we're going to do Nebraska land. And the reason I'm doing this one is because they have such beautiful photography in the Nebraska Land magazine. Look at these whooping cranes. Now there's another picture of those on the inside. And look at this. The only thing I dislike about it, they have beautiful photography, but they sometimes stream it across pages. And that saddens me, but... Okay, and this is the back. Now I have found these one reason I like it, the Nebraska magazine has 3 staples, here, here, and here. And I'll find the middle, and these are all separated now, but I'll find the middle of the magazine. I'll find the middle of the magazine, and I'll go bend out the staples, and then I'll come and take these out. And then I'll go through the pages. I'm going to cut this one. So I'll go through the pages, and I'll take out the pages. Like this is in the back. It really went like this. And I'll separate all of these pages and then stack them up. And then it's easy for me to go through. Now this one, I'm not going to keep. I might keep this. It might make a nice background. This might make an interesting journal page here. Kind of a creepy one. And I'm going to tear this off. And we're going to cut out these cranes. And I'm just going to kind of rough cut around them for now. And if I need to fussy cut them more when I use them, I will. Whoops, that feather goes way up there. Probably have to cut that off. But Nebraska Land magazine, I have to say, they do a really good job with their photography. I enjoy. And I haven't priced it off of the stand yet, off the retail, how much it costs, because I get them free. And I don't know what this is the wing. I'll probably cut that off. Well, I'll do it later. So there's nothing in there. I could go into Whooperland there, but I won't. And this says connect with us. I kind of like that. Your park's adventure trail trek. I think I'll save the connect with us. You never know. This might go on some journal spot. And I'll throw this away. Now here's that page here that I think might make a creepy journal page with the bugs kind of creepy there. So I'm going to save that. And I'm going to save the whole page. I got a collection. Now we get into the back, and these are just... There's this one. I read this article here. It reminds me. He doesn't remind me of my brother, but the article does. He says, I know why so many pairs of sunglasses are at the bottom of lakes. The human brain can only process so many synapses simultaneously, and sometimes fishing gear overloads the circuit board. Rods, reels, bait. Seems simple enough, but if you want to change, what if you want to change your bait? That requires at least a different packet or container. See how he's loaded down with stuff? And I offered I'm not going to keep this. I offered to help my brother carry stuff down to the lake, and he said, no. He says, I'll put it all in the bucket and carry the bucket down there. And that's what he did. helping you build a better habitat. That's for the, and this was the back of the pages. Now look at the owl, but this is a part of a snake. That snake, I think, is over here. See, now this, oh, I guess it does kind of look like a snake there. It is kind of creepy. But there's nothing on the back here that I want. And I don't really need this. So, but I could never get this big old snake on a journal page. But if you tear this off, this would make a nice background. And nobody really, it almost looks like rope. So I'm going to save that, and I'll save him, although he really doesn't look like a snake. I mean, you have to look hard to see that there's a snake in there. His face, you guys might see it. His head is right there. So who knows what, and of course, I'm going to cut this out. This was the back of the page. In the back of these Nebraska magazines, they usually show, and it looks like they were hunting here and maybe fishing there. To show the sportsmen. But look at that owl. Isn't he cute? See, Nebraska is home for great photography. Rockbrook Camera. This is advertising rockbrookcamera.com. And the owl's taking a picture. Well, I hardly knew that was a picture, but I could put a hoot down here. Hoot, hoot. I'm going to save off the owl. I think he's cute. And I'm going to actually save a lot of the green around him. I'll probably use him someplace. I've been attracted to owls lately. Now it's going to get pretty thin down there because I don't want all that writing. Hoo hoo. Excellent photography in this Nebraska Land magazine. And this is a, what is it? It's a hand holding some sort of a bug, a moth. I don't really want that. I don't want that. This is an interesting picture because this is the reflection of that duck. I had to look at this a couple times to figure it out. First I had it like that and I'm going, what is that? But if you look at it this way, that duck's reflection. And well, you know what's interesting? They'll look at the duck. It almost looks like it's an AI. And we always criticize, look at how black his neck is. His neck is not black there. So this could have been an AI picture. There's corrections down here, but it doesn't talk about this. This almost looks like, this does not look like this, because he's got a black neck here. He's got a black beak there. There's no black beak there. This is all dark in here, but it's kind of blue water there. So I really question this picture. And I could see where there's blue body in there. It's sort of blue down there. I could see where that might go, but it's not an exact image. Of course, now this is water, but this, I really question this, especially on his head and his beak. But I'm going to save it. And on the back, there's some sort of sandstone Nebraska out west has. I'll show it to you here. Sandstone out west. Oh, this is upside down. Goes like that. Whoops, it's still upside down. I guess it was right side up. Strange formations, eroded layers of sandstone and siltstone left by ancient rivers create the unique geography that give Toadstool, T-O-A-D, Stool Geologic Park its name. Well, I don't care about that. It make a nice picture. This is what I'm going to keep. So if we followed what those people that criticize AI say, you know, they really point out the differences. Well, if this is a real photographer's picture, there are differences on this picture. that make you think it could be AI. So, and I might save this as maybe a background image. I'm about done with this magazine. We're getting to the advertising. Hold on. This would make a good background. I could see Dee Dee doing something with that. This is The Science of Colors. Where does that go? No. That's an ad. I don't know where, I think. Doesn't say that it's continued. Black or cube. The Science of Coolers, not colors. Science of Coolers. I read it as colors. I'm not sure I want that. Piecing Together the Past. I like stuff like that. We'll save that. Piecing Together the Past. Nebraska History Museum. You never know where this stuff can land in your journaling. And I can't resist all this stuff because it's free. It's free. I don't want the cooler. What time is it? 8:05. I got a couple hours. I go until 10. Juju, I think, is coming on tonight at 10. Rekindle Your Wild Side. That's why I kept that. I'm just going to save the... And look, it's got a little moon up there. I'm going to just save that as a journal spot. I don't want this. More cooler stuff. Now this, I'm not so thrilled about the two men, but I find this interesting. This is a picture of a man. I don't know if you'd probably have to zoom in to see him. This is his hat up here, and his face and his head, and he's holding a harvested whooping crane, circa 1888 in Elm Creek, Nebraska. Well, whooping cranes are probably on the endangered species list today, but he harvested one in 1888. Let's see. Got some mid-season bloomers, daisies, and I think that's Gaillardia or coneflower. Gaillardia verbena. I'm not real. If it were closer up, this one's kind of interesting. I think this is a whooping crane egg. Pipped whooping crane egg hours before it hatches. So that whooping crane's about ready to hatch. We're going to keep that. Whistling ducks from the north. I'm not so crazy about that. And I think I'm getting to the end here. This looks like a... is whooping crane nest. It doesn't look dead. It looks like it's sleeping. It's a whooping crane nest. What's in here? Oh, here's that picture. This is the cover. I'm going to keep that whole thing. I got a fussy cut of it. Wild turkey. Ew, I can't eat wild turkey. Join our team. No, I don't want that. So this is kind of how I harvest my magazines. The Nebraska land one is into Whooperland. Here's where they're talking all about the whooping cranes. I think that's the back page. There's that back page here. A water quest. I know. This one's interesting though. This is. If I get out of frame, I'm sorry. The residence of Isaac N. Clarke. This is Clay County, Pennsylvania. I thought it was Clay County, Nebraska, but it's Clay County, Pennsylvania. I'm going to keep that. I kind of like the sketch, the drawing. I don't really need that. There's nothing on here that I want. And this is the back of the other side here. These are some historic pictures here. The plow. These are kind of interesting because they're old photography. That looks like a sod house. And I probably won't cut into this, but on the back it looks like they're doing an irrigation well. And it looks like what they're doing here. I don't know what they're doing. When the rain didn't follow the plow in the 1890s, Nebraska communities hired professional rainmakers who used explosives, smoke, and chemicals. It looks like they're doing some smoking the air to create rain. It didn't work, but sometimes they got lucky. I'm going to save that. This is kind of pretty sunset. I'm not going to keep it though. And I don't see anything in here that interests me. Oh, when the rain falls, I guess I'll say this. It kind of goes with that other picture. I'll decide later. This one's interesting. I kind of like this. I won't fussy cut it. I'll put it up with my big pictures, my bigger pages. I find this one interesting, even though it's a photography. They look out onto the Platte River. I just kind of like that picture. I'm going to save that. Here they're going on a hike, but I'm going to save this one. I find to be kind of, I could see using that in my journal someplace. So you save things that speak to you out of these magazines, and sometimes all the pictures speak to me, and sometimes only a few. And here's another full. Now this, I could see Dee Dee using this. I always think of Dee Dee when I see these color pages, because she'd be doing something with this. I'm going to save it. Homeschool hikes. That's what they were hiking there. Talking about homeschooling and going out. All right, that's the last one. So out of that magazine, and well, I think I did 2 magazines. I did the Nebraska Land and another one. This is what I saved. And look at these. These are nice. I've got journal spots and nice photographs. A cat is an advertisement. I see her several times. Well, that's not it. What did I save here? New 30-day odor control, finally. That must have been a scrap. Odor control. Alrighty. So I'll just I'll put these in that sack with the others, because I will go through, and then I'll have me a nice little bundle of images to use for my. And here's more of the trash here. I'll put that in my trash sack behind me. Let's move on. Let's work on those watercolors a little on the fairies. I may not get them finished tonight, but we'll get a good amount of them done. A good amount done on them. And what I might do next is the back. And then I still have a Rebecca Wells and a another haul to show you here. Where did my magazines go? Let me put these in here. I'll take them back out to my recliner. And I'll sit there and do that usually when the TV is blaring loud. All right. I'm going to work on my... And I think rather than doing watercolor, what I'm going to do is stamp and do the backs here. And let me... Oh, I got all these full pages here. Not me. These are the full pages that I haven't the heart to cut up yet. I'll put those in that sack. A lot of them remind me of things that Dee Dee would work on. These full colored ones. I could see Dee Dee working on that. I could see her working on this. Maybe I'll put these in my page-to-page journal, inspired by Miss Dee Dee Willingham. Miss Dee Dee Willingham, she was in here. She's probably going and reading a book right now. She likes to read in the evening. She bought all these books at Barnes & Noble. Her birthday books. What's this? That's my field notebooks. I got some books here getting in my way. And a paintbrush. I'm going to do the backs of these. I got to get to them here. 1, 2, and 3. We don't have to watercolor all the time. I'll break it up. Sometimes when I break things up, I get them done faster. All right, now I need a decent pen. I'll find a decent pen here. That's a calligraphy. This one might work. And I'm going to do this. Am I out of frame? So Becky gets one of these, Kimberly gets one, and Vale gets one, and I get one. And then I'm going to do Easter postcards. I want to get these mailed off. And I don't think I didn't stream Friday night. I took Friday morning off, and I didn't stream Friday night. So I'm a little bit behind on these, but I'm not going to do any more until these are done. I'll come back and do the rabbit. If I break this up, I'm not very good with doing what I call assembly line art. It means like one image several times, like what I'm doing with the leprechauns and the fairies. If I break it up like this and do something else and then come back to it, I do better. I do better at it. I'm not perfect, though, by any means, but I get bored doing the same thing over and over and over. I've got to have my artistic flow, I guess you could say. Now, I think I did the 2 little marks in the center here. Yeah. Okay, now I think I'll stamp my rabbit on them. And my rabbit stamp is my own carving. Where did he go? Where's my rabbit? Oh no, is he over here? Hold on, the rabbit hopped away. I'm gonna throw the paper towels away. I got my little gilded rabbit. Where did he go? Mr. Rabbit, I got my ivory carving rabbit. Hold on, I'm looking for him. Where'd he go? Did I put him in the box? Is he down there? No. Got a little glue stick that's going to fall if I'm not careful here. My glue stick got a little... Well, I guess I won't do the rabbit till I find my rabbit stamp. No! What'd I do with my rabbit stamp? I don't see him in my bucket here. Is he over here? Let me check. Sometimes he hops to the other side of the table. I don't see him. Where'd that rabbit stamp hop off to? Scissors, watercolors. Well, I can't find it all. It'll show up before I have to send them. So I guess what I'll do is go and on these, let me put my phone. Just like my phone, it'll show up when I'm not looking for it. I have to do the blue on this one. We'll do that. On the, well, I'll do the blue on all of these. I'll put the blue dress on next. And then we'll go and open a package. Well, this one, she needs her yellow hair. These two need their yellow hair. So we'll do the yellow hair and the blue. We'll do the yellow first. And that up there. Hi, Belinda. You could use the full page spreads to make your own version of the forest book. That's a great idea, Belinda. The original chemtrails. What is Dee Dee saying? Sleep well, Angie. Good night, Angie. I'm going to go, Angie says. The original chemtrails. I don't know what you mean, Dee Dee. I lost my chat. Got a TikTok ad. Can't get out of it. Come on. Oh, I see. I'm not in my chat. You could use the full page spread to make your own version of the forest books. The original chemtrails. Oh, is that what one of those pictures remind Dee Dee of? They're saying goodnight to Angie. Hi, who's your mama, 7? I think your name is Debbie. Am I correct, Debbie? She's kind of new to me, but she's been here. Dee Dee says, it's a very cool image, Meri. Belinda says, the reflection may have been adjusted in the Photoshop or another program. We're talking about that duck one where I was saying the duck doesn't look like, the reflection did not look like the duck. And Belinda is saying maybe it was adjusted in Photoshop or something, which is still kind of digital changes. It's not exactly AI, unless the Photoshop put in some, you know, had a AI option in there. Belinda says, hi, Debbie Epps. Oh, did Debbie Epps pop in? Hi, Debbie Epps, if you're out there in the balcony. Karen K and Allie. Hi, Allie K. I didn't say hello to you either. You love the owl's expression. Yeah, he kind of looks like he's saying, huh? What do you mean? Huh, fussy cut. I've never heard of fussy cuts. Yeah, that Nebraska, Allie K says that magazine has some cool photography. The Nebraska Land magazine has beautiful photography. I'm never disappointed when I can grab onto those. She is, Angie. I think she has a bag in her lap. Yeah. Meri, throw those cut pages away. Yeah, I have a bag in my lap and I had one down where I usually throw things. Pretty birds. Hi, Dee Dee. Allie K says. Dee Dee says, Haha, Allie, I saw that, and I thought you said blame it on my, oh, boobs. I like that quote, blame it on my boots. Oh, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, I'm surprised that YouTube didn't put you in a hide this message until somebody approves it with that remark. Who said something tonight? Was it? Oh, it was Angie. We won't repeat what Angie said. And YouTube said a moderator or the host has to approve this message. You said nothing weird, Angie. YouTube is weird. Yes, it is, Karen K. There's Debbie Epps and Christina. And who's your... Oh, it's not Debbie Epps. It's Debbie... It's Who's Your Mama's Debbie. And there's Debbie Epps right above her. Hi, Debbie Epps. Debbie had a sale yesterday. But I'll tell you, I was shopping at the thrift store, the garage sale, and Facebook Marketplace. I even bought groceries yesterday. And I bought enough groceries to last me all month. I might have to go back and get, bread and milk or something like that. I bought cornflakes Do you guys eat cornflakes? I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I was hungry. I did eat out yesterday though. I got a hamburger at Freddy's, but by 2 o'clock in the morning I was hungry again, so I ate a bowl of cornflakes. I do like cornflakes, but I don't eat them regularly. I just get a taste for them every now and then. Had a bowl of cornflakes. And I come home and my brother said, I baked an apple pie. He likes to buy these. We've got a pretty good bakery around here. It's a bakery. It's a local bakery, and they make pretty good pies, and they sell them in one of our local stores, and my brother likes them. I come home and he said, I baked an apple pie. Well, he took it out of the box and popped it in the oven. He worked in the kitchen all afternoon while I was gone. Who's Your Mom says, Dee Dee, I got my winning St. Patrick's mail. Thank you so much. Ah. And she says, hi, Mama. Mama, Who's Your Mama's Debbie. Saying hello to Dee Dee. Who's Your Mama says, hello, Meri and everyone. Welcome in, welcome. Debbie Up says, hi, Meri and everyone. Debbie sells, I think around twice a month. But I have to tell you guys, I think I'm going to take, until I get that printer paid for, I think I'm going to take a break from online sales. And I probably will take a break from garage sales and that stuff unless I see something like that big, long sepia photo that I really want. Of course, I really want everything I see. The reason I bought those cornflakes, though, I bought the larger box, is I've got all these Somerset magazines that need a home. I'm going to make a magazine holder out of there's an ad, out of the cornflake box. I wanted cornflakes, though. Dee Dee, when is Denise coming to visit? Angie asked. I miss my grilled cheese sandwiches and those hot pickles. Dee Dee says, I know, Angie, me too. She has a new Monday through Friday job. Well, that's good. Congratulations to her for her new job. Angie says, don't use that on your car battery. Let's see. I wouldn't cut it either for a pencil pouch. Oh, you wouldn't cut it? You use it, for a pencil pouch? I could. They're talking about, I bought a beaded purse. It would make a nice pencil pouch, wouldn't it? I was thinking about making a putz house out of it. I could see a stone putz house. That's why I bought it. I'll tell you, I looked at it, and I left it, and then I kept thinking about it, and I went back and bought it. I bought a beaded purse. Well, let me show it to you. For those of you who came in, where is it? It's in this basket here. Let me get to it. It's right behind me. I gotta reach. You You guys, I got some really nice stuff yesterday, which is why I bought some stuff from Rebecca today, but I think for the next month, I'm going to go on a sale break. But I'll probably break my own. I usually do break my own resolve. Here's the beaded purse. And you see, when I first saw it, I saw a roof. And then I saw these straps are pretty long, and I thought, wow, you know, that could make a door frame or even a window frame. But it would be a pretty big putz house. And I thought, well, if I cut it, because I could probably glue it, hot glue it, and cut it. Hot glue between my cut lines. But Dee Dee said I wouldn't cut it. You guys were talking about it. Make a pencil pouch out of it. I do have a lot of pencils off to the side here. But then I would be digging through, where's this pencil? Where's this pencil? Where's this one? I don't know. I might just hold on to it while I decide what I want to do. It intrigues me of how they made this. It has to be machine made. Somehow those beads have to be strung and stitched by machine. I can't see somebody sitting and doing this. It'd take me 10 years to do something like this because it's thoroughly beaded. It's really a cool purse in a way. And the zipper works. Does the zipper work? Yeah, the zipper works. And this zipper doesn't have a pull on it, but this one has a little round ball, beaded ball, zipper pull. It's kind of a cool purse. That's what Dee Dee is saying, don't cut it. I probably won't do anything with it right away. Let's see, where am I in chat? Don't use that on your car battery. Angie, it isn't jumper cables. Let's see, what are we talking about? Meri, don't cut it, Angie says. Dee Dee, she cut that tag off of the paper. I can't believe it. She cut that tag off of that paper. I can't believe it. Huh. I cut the tag off of the purse. Cost me $3. No, I didn't cut it off of the purse. Why did I cut the... Oh, off of the memo paper. I think I paid $1.99 for that stack of While You Were Out. I think that'll make a good little journal, those memo while you were out. While you were out, I did a live stream. While you were out, I painted a watercolor fairy. I'm staying out of this talk. Oh, I went off on an Amazon vent. All right, let's go down to the bottom. Well, I like to take it to the lake. Yes, that is a good idea, Dee Dee. I'm tending toward that. I am tending toward that. I load all this stuff up to take down to the lake. I had all those magazines. I had my urban sketching. I have to have water, and I have to have water to watercolor with, and I have to have water to drink, and I have to have a pop. And then I buy these little packs of Weiler's lemonade. I bought some the Crystal Light stuff too. I know it's sugary, but it's much cheaper than pop. I've gotten on this Sprite kick, and I've got to quit drinking so much sugary pop. And it's cheaper and I don't do it every day. I don't do it, because I know it's not good for you. A can of pop has like 11 teaspoons of sugar in it. So, drink it occasionally, but I kind of got into a pop a day thing, and I need to break myself of that and have tea, or I can't drink more than 1 cup of coffee. I have a 12-ounce cup. And I usually I didn't have coffee. Yeah, I did have coffee this morning. I have to drink that early in the morning, and I can't drink anymore for the rest of the day. So, and water, I did have some just plain water, and I loaded my little water glass. I used this. I just filled this up when I came in here. But I drink 4 or 5 of these things of water. I'm always going to the bathroom. Not 4 or 5. I don't drink 5. I drink 3 or 4 of these every day. It's a quart jar, and this is that Pioneer lady. She sold these at Walmart at one time. But I drink about 3 of these a day. I just filled it up before I came in here. And I'll empty this before I go to bed at night. But when I take a sip, I take about 8 swallows a sip, and that's at least a 4th cup. Make lemon water, Meri. Yeah, I saw that, Dee Dee. I saw that you were doing that, and I did buy 2 lemons at the store yesterday. But I didn't buy them to make lemon water. I bought them for a recipe that I saw on the internet. And speaking of recipes, not with the lemon, but with the Danish, I like to buy, and yes, it's Walmart, but they're good. But they cost almost $5 for 4 of them, and they come in they're bakery. They come in a plastic, and I got hooked on those. And every time I go to Walmart, I'll pick up one. But I was watching a YouTube video where they took puff pastry, a sheet of puff pastry, like this, and I think they cut it into 6 squares. They made a cut here and a cut here and a cut there. So that's 2, 4, 6. They're not squares, they were Danish size. And then they took cream cheese and powdered sugar and mixed that all together. They might have put a little vanilla or some. I don't think they put anything other than vanilla in it. And they spread it in the center of each one of those 6. Now, puff pastry, I think that you get 2 rolls of puff pastry in a package. I know you do a pie crust. I'm not sure about the puff pastry. I'll open it up because I bought one yesterday. And if I get 6 out of a sheet, and if there are 2 in a package, I'll have 12 Danishes. It'll cost, the puff pastry package cost about $5, what I pay for the baked good. And you have to buy your cream cheese and the powdered sugar. We have that around anyway. And I usually have cream cheese that I buy. I've got some in the refrigerator right now. But I would get 12 versus 4 out of those puff pastry pieces. So I'm going to try and see how they taste, see if I can't break myself of saving a little bit of money there. Let's see. Take it to make lemon water. What's the paper on your glass? Allie K, you asked me that before. This is a quart jar and a metal lid, and it tends to stick just like your glue does. And actually, I did this as a hack from you guys who are always saying, put paper around there, Meri. I don't put Vaseline around it. I put wax paper, and it gets raggedy. It gets damp and it gets raggedy, and I'll put a new one in there. But it keeps the lid from sticking to the jar, because this is tin, and if I don't put this paper on it, it will stick. That's what it's for. And look, see, this is already tearing. I'll put a clean paper on it later tonight when I refill it. And this wax paper is just cheapy paper, but it keeps it from sticking. That's what it's for, Allie K. You asked me that once before. Oh, she says, maybe I forgot. I don't generally see these anymore at Walmart. You see those tall glasses, those tall water glasses. It's the same principle, only she used a quart jar, and I like the quart jar. Let's see. Society of Idea Collectors Rule. I love mine. A pencil paper. What is the rule? Miss Meri, My husband cuts the Stamping magazine in half for me, and I get 2 art journals. Yes, ma'am. I don't have the heart to cut my Stamping magazine. Dee Dee does all the time. Dee Dee cuts them in half and in fourth and vertically, and she saves all the pieces. Like if she cuts it vertically, she'll save all these, and then she'll go collage all the pieces in wherever she wants. And well, you got 2 of them. Your husband cut it. Your Stamping magazine. Yeah, I don't have the heart. Now, I can cut up a Victoria magazine. I like the Victoria. In fact, we're going to do something with it in my next stream, or when I do those. The new issue is all about Ireland, I think, because it's spring. I don't know if it's only Ireland, but it's a spring issue. It's a really pretty magazine. I don't have it in here. What I have an ad for Capri. What is that? Oh, all right. What else is going? Frosted Flakes. I've had Frosted Flakes before. I don't eat them regularly. Yeah, I don't buy the frosty stuff. I don't buy sugary cereal. I just bought the plain old Corn Flakes. I like Corn Flakes with whole milk. I don't eat it regularly, though. I'll eat oatmeal. I'll eat cream of wheat. I'll eat cornflakes. But that's about the limit of the cereals. Oh, I buy Rice Krispies to make Rice Krispie bars. I'll eat that. Christina says, I got some of Debbie Epps' papers yesterday. Oh, Debbie Epps' papers, they're to die for. They're to DYE for. They're to DIE for. Yeah, Debbie does beautiful work on her stencils and on her dyed papers. Who's Your Mama says, hi, Meri. The original chemtrails, ? I think Dee Dee was talking about one of those photos. I think I'm caught up with chat. Let's go work on my postcard some more. It is 8:40. Let's see, I got that one done. I got that one done. And I got that one done. Oh, I was looking for my Easter bunny. Is that him? I think I found him. No, that was a spider web. What happened to my Easter bunny stamp? Well, usually when I lose something like this, it shows up when I'm not hunting for it. I don't see him around here. I saw him earlier tonight. I just don't know what I did with him. All right. So I wasn't going to put the stamp on there. Let's see. I do think I will go ahead and sign it and date it. And I'll leave a space for the stamp. And we're going to put now, because this is not my idea, this fairy came from Wayne Anderson in the Barnes & Noble Leprechaun book. I don't feel like this is really my art. It's not my illustration. It's my art, but it's kind of like fan art in a way. So I don't feel like I can initial it and sign it down here, but I do sign it up there. And then I'll put my return address label on that. So let's go ahead and do that on these. And I'll just have something else done on them so I can get them out. And I'm signing these 3/19, even though today's the, 22nd? This is when I first started them. And then I'll leave the high off, but I'll say I'm going to write it small because I need to stamp the bunny on here when I find my bunny stamp. This is a fairy illustration. inspired by, and am I out of frame? I'm not in my chat. Hold on. I'm okay. Inspired by Wayne Anderson. I better find my bunny stamp because I say and my carved bunny stamp. And I'm going to put my own bunny, carved bunny stamp. And then I'll sign it Meri. And then I put the Meri Atelier. And I've learned, I've said this before, I've learned not to touch this area down here because sometimes they put that barcode down here. And one of my postcards was returned and I didn't see anything wrong with it. And she said it was probably because they tried to put the barcode down there and I had art down there. And all right. So let me sign this one. So if I do these things in steps, I tend to go at them and get them done easier. Not always, but if I do this and then I go do something else and then come back, and I'll put the hi whoever when I address it. This is a fairy illustration. I have to print that one small. Inspired by Wayne Anderson. I have two more things to show you of Rebecca Wells Hall and then something else that I got at town. And my own carved bunny stamp. He's around here somewhere. I'm not going to worry about him until I have everything done but him. Then I'll worry. Meri. The Meri Atelier. I think I'm going to take that teal ink and go around the border. Whoops, ran into the postcard there. This is a fairy illustration. Inspired by Wayne. I don't know who Wayne Anderson is. He's an illustrator, probably hired by Barnes & Noble to illustrate the Leprechaun book. And my own carved bunny stamp. I'll sign it. And the Meri Atelier. Atelier, however you pronounce it. But I think what I'm going to do next, and then we'll go do a haul thing. I'm going to take that teal ink, and I don't have the water out, so I'm just going to go around the edge with this. And Dee Dee says she has one of every color. I don't think we had every color, and once the word got, well, I didn't get there right away, but once the word got out, they got grabbed up pretty fast, even in our little area here in Nebraska. I'll come way over here. No, I should go in the center first. I'll come up here. Now, today is Sunday. This is Sunday evening. Tomorrow's Monday. Dee Dee comes on. Well, Becky, if she streams, will come on around 6:30, 6:45. Dee Dee streams tomorrow morning at around 8:30 Eastern. Well, 6:45. Becky, I'm talking Eastern times here. I'm not talking Central time. Dee Dee streams 8:30 Eastern. Janet Young streams tomorrow. After Dee Dee, I think it's around 1 Eastern. Janet Young, Barbara Owen. If she streams, it'll be in the afternoon. I think Dana Yates streams in the evening. Monday nights I lose track of. Now, I need to do a member live stream again. I want to get something done. I have some things I want to send to the members, and I've been doing other stuff, and I haven't got there. I finally got the envelopes. I need to get them packed. I have some Easter stuff I want to send to them, and Easter will come and go before I get it done. If I'm not careful, I'm going to turn this around. I've only got one. No, I got 2 more to do. Set this up and start letting them dry here. It dries pretty fast, but that's mine. Let's do this one. But you know, this is still wet. I can feel it. And this isn't beautiful art. It's just me having fun. It's just me having fun. And if you get a smear on the back, oops. Oops. It's not meant to be perfect. Now, I think I will. On my leprechaun ones, I did do a very light coat of satin varnish. And I might do that on these. If you just do one stroke, you don't scrub it, you just do one stroke of varnish on your, I got a little smear there. Over the watercolor of varnish, it will, now this is mine, I don't care if it smears. It will help protect the watercolor, especially through the mail. And Artidar told me to do that, and it seems to work. So I can be a little bit freer on mine. Here. I gotta find my bunny stamp. It bothers me. I know I had it tonight. He's around here. I might have thrown him on the floor. Where can I put this? Over here. I'll do the wrong side. Mine, I don't care. I'll just go at it. There we go. So we'll let those dry. This will become a journal page at one time. All right, let's open. It's 8:54. I've got an hour left here. Let's open my Rebecca Wells package. I think she split some of these. I didn't get my. Let me squirt some water on this. I emptied my water. Wash my brush a little. I'll throw this paper away. It's getting ruined. Should get a towel out. That's good. I'll get a clean paper. Now I'll get a towel to wipe the desk off. Hold the phone, Mary. I'm glad I found my other phone. It was... I have to be more careful. It get crowded around my right recliner. I have all my tatting stuff out. And I have books and... Oh, it just gets really crowded. All my crochet thread around my recliner. And I got up and I had that phone in my hand and I didn't have room on my TV tray for it. And so I guess I set it on top of those magazines, and then I set magazines on top of the phone. And I couldn't find it. All right, we're going to do the Rebecca Wells. I'll stand up here and let's see. Hold on. Hold the phone a minute. Let me reach over here and grab a paper. What's on there? Oh, I see it. The package isn't completely opened up. Cover up that reflection. Let's open Rebecca's package. I went to her sale today, and I didn't buy a whole lot. And I think I'm going to slow down a little with my online purchases. Let me take the address label off first. Oh, it comes off and... Hold on. It always amazes me that I get everything but the addresses off. Let me, where are my scissors? Let me cut the address label. I don't like the addresses showing. I try to be careful. I don't always get it, but hold on. Oh, come on. Why are you being so stubborn? What is there, tape there? Boy, that's really stuck on there. Well, let me scribble them out then. Hold on. This isn't coming off. Hold on a minute. Let me take my ink pen and... Not that one. Scribble out the addressing. There. All right. It's not a big haul. I think this was what she couldn't get in that other box, to tell you the truth. Sometimes when I go to her sale, where's my cutter? Sometimes when I go to her sale, I get in there, and there's only a few people in there. So I get some goodies. That might be what this is, I forget. Where's the... What did she do here? And Jacqueline is taking a break. She needs to invoice. She held the invoice, everyone's invoice, for 2 weeks. And she's taking a break, so she needs to invoice. She said she was going to send our invoices off, but she'll probably took the rest of the weekend off. Okay, here it is. I'm going to put it in my lap. It's just easier for me to go take it out and go through it. Put it in my lap and pull things out here. Some purple fabrics. I got some crochet thread, green 10, size 10 fabrics. Some of this might need to be washed. Some of it has kind of a musty smell to it. It might be the paper. When you buy stuff like this, though, you have to account for that. If you don't, if that bothers you, don't buy. That doesn't bother me. I'll just throw it in the wash. Becky washes all her fabric. Even that she gets at Goodwill, she'll wash it. Oh, I bought a little pair of scissors there. All right. I'll put this down below, and as I go through it, I will. I got a little pair of scissors. These have the little curved blade on them. They're good for needlework. I'm going to take that out in the other room. I got some green crochet thread. It's kind of a greenish blue. I think it's more of a blue. It's kind of a teal color. I'll be playing with that. Although, I have to tell you, the shuttle, I haven't done shuttle yet with size 10. I'm still on size 3 with my shuttle. But I practice every day. This is an index card that has some washi tape on the side. Looks like a little index card, journal card. Here's some ribbon. Here. I got a little sack down here someplace. Let me put those in here. And here's some more of her index cards with, I think she just glued on the fabric on the edge. They'll be fun to play with. Here is a photo, a French postcard. It's a French postcard, a lady. I think I'll put my littles in here. And this is a sack of, she does a lot of these handmaids. This is a waterfall paper with the cluster up at the top. That's very pretty. And here's just a fabric cluster, kind of, that she's done. A little lace overlay. That's pretty. Another, it shows what you can do with those index cards. I'm going to sneeze. She is, I'm going to sneeze, hold on. Excuse me. She is, she's very into taking the laces here and doing these collages with beads and florals, and you see her do this type of work a lot. And here's a beautiful lady. Is this a tag or a, yeah, whoops. It's just a tag. I mean, not just, it is a tag. And she's got some blue rack and some floral down here. It looks like a butterfly down here. Almost looks like a butterfly. Pretty lace here. That'll be pretty in a journal. And I'm not going to put them back in the sack. I want to keep them out. But I'll put the sack with them. A pattern. She was selling patterns. Use the papers for journaling. I'm going to put that in my sack that I'm going through. Use it up. Then this, I got this pack of ledger paper. It's newer ledger paper, but for $3. And this will, I'll tell you, this will become a journal. Ledger sheets. Well, it said Meri 3, and then it says Robertson 5. So I got it for 3, I hope. Doesn't matter. So this will become a journal. I love ledger papers. It fits in. It's got these little hooks here. I don't know if I'll use those. I'll probably fold it in half. But there we go. I'm going to put that in the box. I won't get to it right away. I might throw these away. I think that's all the littles. I think I'm going to throw this fabric in the wash, though. It does kind of has something that's musty. Oh, it's not quite all the littles. Here's she did these fabric, they're not really slow stitch. I think they're machine stitched on here, the fabric pieces on a spool. Very cool. This will stay out. I might slow stitch on this. $3.50 for the spool. Oh, it looks like I tore the, oh, maybe I can glue that back on. The label is, pulled the label off of the spool. I don't know if I can get it off. Yeah, here it comes. It looks like the label wasn't, well, maybe it was all there. And it goes on in here. I don't think that entire label was on there in the first place, and she put, I would have preferred she put it on the fabric. It would have come off much easier. Let me put this back on. I don't think the entire label was on here in the first place. That's okay. It just makes it more fun. More distress, more fun. See, I think it goes this way, though. Maybe that is all of it there. It's all of it now. And I dropped the pin. Let's put it vertical. There we go. I'll put that out with my slow stitch. And what else is here? Oh, this is just some blue lace on a spool. Eyelet lace, and it's got a oh, I don't want to say organza. It's got a light fabric underneath of it. But I have to tell you what I'll do with this. Let me cut a snip off of it here. What I'll do is, I don't care for gathered lace. I will take and cut it like this, the whole strip of it. And it will separate it, but I don't mind that. I don't care for gathered stuff. I don't even care for gathers. I did get some yellow gathered in there, I noticed, but I'll put that with my little bag, wherever I put it. Underneath here, I'll put these in here. You can use that on, she uses stuff like this on their index cards and all of that. My scissors, everything fell out. My glue cap, hold on. Put the cap back on my glue stick. And let's put these back in the bag here. Paper clip in there. And I'm gonna put this in my bag of stuff that I'm making. I got a Dresden plate piece, and I was thinking this would make a really neat bottle doll skirt. It's not quilted down, it's just the piece. I got some slides here. She said they were all landscape slides. I'm not sure what I'll do with those. What did I do with that sack? I put it up above. I'll put those in there. You wouldn't be able to see the landscapes anyway, but they are slides. Then I bought some fabric here. It looks like it's cut into. I'm going to throw this in the machine. I think it's this piece. It smells like it's been in storage. And it's probably a new piece. But it smells like it's been, which is one reason why I don't want to put my fabrics and my papers in my storage unit. I'll put stuff in that does not go into a storage unit. Fabric, I mean, that can go in, like the Christmas tree, Christmas decoration, stuff like that. But fabrics and papers, I don't think I'll put in storage. This is some black. It's a heavy, it's not denim, but it's a heavy fabric. Now, this all needs to be washed. Some floral. It's pretty. Very pretty. Floral. And this is a pretty fabric. It's kind of a graphic design, kind of different. It almost looks like fabric doodling, collages. And some more blue. I've been buying lots of blue and yellows from her because I don't have blues and yellows. Well, I have plenty of yellows now. My blues, I had to hunt all around for blue. Oh, and I bought some of her dangles. I'm always buying her dangles. They are so pretty. These were $3.50. Entirely worth it, $3.50. You probably, well, if they were on sale, you might be able to get them retail $50, but I doubt it. You'd have to find a pretty good sale. Even if you go to Hobby Lobby and look on their beading, you don't generally see things like this. And if you did, it would probably cost you $6 or $7. Don't tell Rebecca. Let's see, I don't want to put those in. I'll put them, oh, you know what? I found my little jewelry box here. Can I squeeze these in here if I take them off of the, let's just take tear the tag a little here. See if I can't. I got some more Rebecca dangles. I think I need to get my own little box for Rebecca dangles. They might fit in here. See, these fairy owls. These fairy owls were originally $4. And do I have anything else in here that I have another Rebecca dangle? Let's tear the top of it off. Okay. We got those put away. Some white, thin white cotton. I've been wanting this. This'll be really nice to stamp on, and it'll really make a nice backing for slow stitch. Some yellows, a dark yellow and a light yellow, another light yellow, and an even lighter yellow. And I bought Rebecca is good as when you want something and somebody else gets it and she has an extra or she thinks she has one. She's good about hunting those things down. I wanted a purple bundle, and the ones somebody else got it, which is fine. And she said, well, Meri, I think I have one. And today when I went in there, she had found a purple bundle and she found a red book, that she had an extra of that I wanted. And she's good at doing that. And there's a light purple. So these are all going to go in the wash. They just need to be. They smell like they've been in storage. Sorry, Rebecca, but they do. She says, I know, Meri. And Becky will wash her fabrics that she gets. And I don't know if Becky presses them or not. I may not press mine. I might just press them out, hand press them. I don't usually go for ruffles, but I couldn't resist this yellow one. That'll go in this small bag. Really go with my sunshine journal, but we'll put it in here for now. And here's a little butterfly dangle kind of button paper clip. It's a butterfly paper clip is what it is. That's cute. And some more of her. This is an embroidery. Looked like it might have been on the end of a curtain or maybe a bed ruffle or something. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. I like that a lot. Oh! And I'm gonna put this piece in here too. It'll help keep the others. The yellow birds. This will go with my sunshine journal. I'm gonna keep that out. And here's a little lace piece with a little piece in the center. And what else is here? I love that yellow bird. I'm going to put that in my box up here because I don't want to lose it. Put it between the leprechaun and... What's in this bag, Rebecca? Oh, applique. Applique. Isn't that beautiful? Look at it on the black. Isn't that beautiful? Rebecca loves this kind of lacy. She does beautiful work with her laces. I've got 3 large ones. I've got another little yellow bird. They're going to go in my sunshine journals. Where's that other one? I'm going to put it with the other one. Where'd he go? Yellow bird for the sunshine journal. And looks like some red roses here. Embroidered roses. I remember buying these. Some red embroidered roses. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? It's all fussy cut. And here's another one. I think I got 2 of them. Can't resist those. I don't know where I'm going to use them, but I'll find a spot. So that is the Rebecca haul, the Rebecca Reels haul. And I'm always using these. I don't have a something in mind now, but I'll be working on. I say, oh, I have, and then I'll run and get these wherever I put them. Like my rabbit. I don't know where my rabbit ran off to. I want my rabbit. He hopped away. I don't think he fell over any place. I did something with him. Oh, we're not done. She did some photos. This is of a lady. It's a lace. It's an well, no, it's just a card. I was going to say it's an index card, but I don't think it is. It's a tag. And she, like I said, she likes to do a lot with lace. And this is a lady at a sewing machine. And this is a vintage. It looks like a lady, she's holding a bouquet of flowers or a plate of fruit. I'm not sure. Here's another lady. I think she calls these her train ladies. Because I like these. These are cool. These would actually go with those pieces that papers that I got today. Those 12 or 13 kind of steampunky papers. Yeah, I'm going to put them in here. So thank you so much, Rebecca. I always enjoy Rebecca's sales. She has so many unique things. And then Jacqueline and Debbie is where I get all my dyed papers. What happened to my bunny? Where did my bunny go off to? I'm going to put this piece of fabric in there. There's Derwin. I've got some lacy pieces here that need to, off to the side here, that need to go in that bag. Here's a zipper. We'll just kind of fold it and put it in. A yummy bag. Yeah. All right. So what time is it? It's 9:21. I'm not ready to work on postcards yet. Oh, we still have one more thing I want to show you before I move on. And this is more of a haul than it's not a thrift haul. I went to the fabric store because I knew that they had the new Piecework magazine. And I wanted it. And then, so I got it here. But I also got a couple of Nebraska flyers, shopper mail shoppers. These are free. Free. Where's my magazine? I can't show it to you. I don't have it out. I don't have it here. I'll show it on another stream. It's all about American needlework, this issue, and I was reading it and I didn't get it put back in the bag. But I found some fabric. And these were from the sale room. This one wasn't. These two were on sale for $1.90. They're originally $3.50. $3.50 for their fat quarters at the quilt store. But if they don't sell, they put them in they have a little sale room if they don't sell. And I like to explore what they have. This one looked interesting because it says Firefly. I'm going to open this one up. This looks like it might be a summery one. Moonlight at night. And Yeah, this one's kind of pretty. It's a fat quarter. It's got a butterfly and a firefly. I saw the word firefly. It's called Ruby Star Society, 100% cotton made in Japan. Where did I see that word firefly? Firefly down on the salvage. Sarah Watts. So the name of the fabric is Firefly. It's pretty. I could see that going into a summer journal or even a spring one. It's very, it's Japanese. See if I can get it folded up nice again. Or at least get it folded up. That quarter. How did they do that? Like this. That's good enough. And then this is just kind of like little chucky lines. And this one I paid full price for. Because I liked it. It's just gold background with little flowers. Well, actually, I thought it went with these. These were from the sale room, and I bought this because it's gold. And I just love the background on it. It's got all these. This will make a nice journal cover. And I thought these all kind of went together. Probably make a nice slow stitch project. And this was the sale room, too. In the sale room, I shopped the sales, except for that. And I bought the Piecework magazine, but it's out in the other room. I don't want to get up and go get it. I'll show it in another stream. And I really got kind of upset. I only spent, what, $13? $14.34 by the time I paid the tax. $13.40, 94 cents tax. But the lady who rang me up was not, they changed their system. And they have those little cards that you purchase and they punch, or they, you know, and then you save up your punches. And I said, well, I should have a pretty full card by now because I've been saving it for a while. And she said, well, we just put them all in the system and you're not there. And I'm going, huh? And I was reading this. $11.29 was the price. Minus $3.29 on sale. Charged me $8 for that. Well, there's two pieces there. She charged it together, so $8, $4 a piece. Fabric was $4 a piece on sale. Anyway, I said, well, did you save the cards when you put them in the system? No, they didn't save them. And I'm going, well, I almost had a full card and you don't have me in there? And she says, well, and I was getting kind of upset. And the other clerk was listening in, and she went upstairs and got the owner. And they brought the owner down, and the owner was really friendly, and she punched her numbers and she found me. And it says, spend $6 on eligible items for your next $10 off coupon. So you only get $10 off, but I've been saving off. I've been saving up. I only have $6 more to spend. She found me. I said, thank you. I was getting upset. So these are the local shoppers. I like to look at these, and then I use them for glue magazines. They just, they review the different shops, and I got 2 of them. They were free. Spring issue and the winter issue. This is the spring issue. Probably the one I want to look at next. The little shop local magazines. Put that in there. I only spent $13, $14 at that. And I got my magazine, and I got 2, Well, I think she rung that up separately, the magazine and the, I don't know. I think she rang the magazine and the crochet thread up separately, because I don't see it on here. Because that magazine cost you around $10. Maybe not quite that much, I don't remember. I think that was rung up separately. I don't have the tag for that. And then the county register. I already read this. I went to Freddy's to eat. And this is a freebie too. And I love it. And she's starting to put more color in these, which I appreciate. The new editor. And I like to cut these things up. And I've already read this. And there's some nice illustrations in here. Here's a free birdie pattern. I might use that. And got little freebies here. Little freebies. I haven't read this article yet. Shop Hop is coming up. Fabric Bash. Stepping into the season of renewal. Up here. I like this little freebie. I like to read them. And I buy one to cut up and one to keep. And I'll keep it around and eventually I'll cut it up too. Alright, what time is it? It's 9:30. I got a half an hour. You know what I want to do? This bag of stuff, I'm going to work on it until I have it all. I keep putting more in it. Put these patterns in it. I keep putting stuff in it. But I had it out the other day, and I did some stuff, and I put it back in here. I got stuff. Let's see what I put all this stuff back in. That's tatting. So it's no fair if I put stuff back in. I might take this out again. Let me put it in my box down below. I think if this, and I think this was the bag I was working from here, because there's nothing else in there. So let's put this aside and see what I was doing here. I had fussy cut images in this folder. I had fussy cut images. Oh, and is this my page-to-page book? I think what I was going to do, this is the journal that I'm doing that Dee Dee inspired. We can do this for the next half hour. And I think these are the journals pages that I started here the other night. This is going to be bound into a journal. But we aren't going to work on these tonight. We're going to glue some images in the paste-to-page. And these are fussy cuts. I had those other fussy cuts that I had tonight. What did I do with those? Oh, they're in with those magazines. We'll use these. I don't want to dig out the magazines. I've got plenty here. So, I got words. We'll come back to words. We don't need words right away. Put them up here. That's dangerous. They'll fall off from the cliff. My words. Run for the hills. I might use those. Run for the hills. Here's a fabric strip. I'm going to take these words and put them down below. It's a castle. I need some hills. Alright, let's just put those down there. Let's see. Visit Hastings. I'm sure I kept it because of Lovewell Park. Oh. Some squirrels. Another cat. Looks like I was scribbling on that. Some lady stickers. A horse. I'm picking out things I might use. Blind ambition. Locomotive on an old town. An old town. Now, this really isn't glue booking in the sense that, I don't know what this is. Looks like a bug or a frog eyes or something. I tend to think a little bit more about stuff I put down. There's a bird. So I'm not really glue booking in the sense that I just grab and paste. I think I cut this Coke bottle. Bottles, kind of like that. Might go on something. Old. And I'm back to my words. You know, we could use a little spaceman. Reminds me of Dee Dee's art. Take advantage to new heights. Take adventure to new heights. Grand Island. It all begins with, yeah, some of this stuff. I'm looking for hills. Some of this stuff I have to figure out what I cut. Not sure what that is. Here's a window. I love this. It reminds me of the little, it might be, not, but these windows up here are cool. It's an old 1895 building, that architecture. You see a lot of that around here in the small towns. There's a Lady Liberty. All the jars we'll keep out. And more bottles. That purse, paper, paper towel, scrapbook paper. I think I'm getting toward the end. It's my crocodile thing. It's kind of cool. I might keep those. Wayne Teacher brews beer and poems, poetry. Aw, some cute Nebraska land photos. Okay, so we're gonna put the rest of these back in for now in the bag, and we're gonna do a paste the page here. What time is it? 9:36, so it didn't take me too long. So these are the paste to page, and I think I'm right up in here. This says Unreal. I got some maps in here. I'll put that back with those others. All right, let's figure out what I want to do here. I was thinking with the Unreal page, we'll do a double layout with these. Put that up there for now. Unreal. Well, I kind of like the Run for the Hills, but I need something more. The jars will make a separate page. I like the jars, they'll go on a separate page. A city, town, some more jars. We got the astronaut. The bird. A horse. I'm looking for a good background. I don't see a good background. There's another kitty. I might have to grab a... I don't have a good background. So, as much as I'm inspired to do something on this, these aren't working for me. So I'm going to skip this page for now. I couldn't find what I wanted. I got this duck. And I have those. I'll put them up here. Those are the jars. Have these animals. That's a jar. We have the animals. I kind of like these guys on here. This little guy is awful cute, though. I kind of like him there, and I'll save these. I don't think these will go with the Unreal page. They might go. Unreal. Let's do this one. I'll take this out for now. And this is a full page. No white borders. And I think I'll take it off of the bottom and the sides here. Might be torn a little there, but that's okay. And let's put these. Really need to go back in the folder, but I need to get these out of the way. Are these anything I want? This one is. All right. So I'm going to put this one here, and we'll do something on this. Yeah, I mean, this is just, I just don't want to cut just him out. I like the whole background. And I might do some journaling in here. It'd be nice to do some writing on the sky. And I could write with white pen there. I'm actually wanting to get some color the edges here too, but I'm not going to do that tonight. So, I've learned my lesson. We're just going to do a top down here. And let's take this paper and put under here. I like these Pen Plus Gear glue sticks pretty good. I was at Walmart the other day. I just about bought some, and then I usually buy some whenever I go, but I have quite a few, so I said I got enough. Oops. Now the problem is that I can't see the top here unless I turn my page. That's pretty good. It's not perfect, but I'm going to color in there later on all these pages. So this is a good way to use up the images that you're saving. I don't know what Dee Dee is doing. I don't know if she has worked in her, I call this my paste-to-page book. I don't know what she's calling hers. But she started out by just putting papers down like this and like this. And then she'll go back in and she'll create a world or do some type of art on those pages. And that's what I'm going to do. I feel like I could be writing on these. I feel like these are good journal spots for writing. I got to keep an eye on my time. My time says it's 9:44. I'm only going until 10 tonight. And I'll finish up those watercolor cards, those fairies. I'm not doing anything else until the fairies are out. And I have some postcards that I made a couple weeks ago that need to be mailed too when I send out these fairies. So if they were spool ladies, and if you won one of those, I haven't forgotten you. I just haven't got them out. Kind of got a fold in there where it was creased. That's okay. I'm liking that. I could actually see some of that teal ink going in there. But let's do the other one. What was it? This one? The otters? Prairie pups or prairie dogs. Unreal. Now, I think I want to tear it on this side. Maybe right in here. And he doesn't have to be perfect. He doesn't have to be perfect. I want to keep as much of that little prairie guy that I can. Prairie pups. They're prairie dogs. My dad, when we were younger, I was probably in 4th or 5th grade, he was looking into buying a piece of property. And I think he did buy it. And he sold it later on. And but when he was thinking about buying it, he went over and looked at it. Of course, we tagged along as kids. And I remember seeing the prairie dogs. Sometimes those prairie dogs make their home in a pile of cow dung out in the pasture. Not all the time, but you'll see a pile of cow dung and the prairie dog will pop out of it. Oh, there's buffalo on the other side. It's kind of cute. So you have to pick and choose. You have to pick and choose. Which way did this go? This way? I'm going to put him in here. And I could see journaling on here. I could see doing some writing, maybe with those white ink pens. Panda Fly ink pens. And I might have to trim this a little after I get it glued down, but they're just putting images on all the pages first, and then we'll go back and create pages, create art around what I glue in. And not all of them are like this. This happens to be what I have out tonight. Some of them are just scraps. So I can't get that a little straighter. Well, I guess I put it up close here. Oh, well, we can ink that down there, though. Hold on, I'm going to lose a ruler. I kind of like it right up to the edge, but it really kind of needs to be moved over. Hold on, I'm going to rip her off. Do her again. Of course, it curls when you do that. Right in here. Probably should glue it again. It isn't gonna. Wonder I haven't ripped it all apart. Come on, Meri. Just put it down. That's pretty good. Something falling off here. Earn your wings. Earn your arty wings. I've got a transparency. Well, let's put some glue under this. We'll see what this journal ends up to be. Dee Dee inspired me to do this, but I'm sure I'm not doing the same things that Dee Dee is. I haven't seen Dee Dee's. I need to pop into her stream. Haven't seen her show for a while. She was here tonight. Allie says, good night, everyone. Oh, no. Who's Your Mom says, good night, everyone. And Allie Cake said, good night. I'm going to leave here in about 10 minutes. I'm going to leave in about 10 minutes. I want to thank you guys for popping in and spending your Sunday evening with me. Those of you that have been around for a while tonight. I know there's a lot of other places you could be, at home or on the net. I thank you for spending some time with me. Thank you much. Even though I can't find my bunny stamp. He's around here someplace. Aren't these little prairie dogs cute? I don't think you'd want to walk up and pet them, though. I think they'd probably take a bite out of your fingers. They're wild animals. All right, we'll call this good for now. I think it will. I might have to glue it down better later. All righty. So, I think I've got something on every page. I love that image. Up to here. And it's only 9:52. Let's take some of those loose papers that I was trying to do something with, and instead of trying to do something with them, let's do something weird. Let's just put, and this is kind of what Dee Dee does. She'll just put images down and then she'll create art around it. I don't know if I want the cat or the, let's do that, and we'll come back and do the jars. Let's just do those two for now. I kind of like the idea of just doing two. And this is a spaceman. And this is heavier, but I think it will go in here. My paper. Now let's just put her down like this. And put the spaceman on here. I think I'll leave. I could just put him down. I don't want him down here because it looks like he's falling out. Maybe I'll put him here and maybe a world in there and a galaxy up above or something. I don't know. It doesn't even have to be a galaxy. It could be farmland. I don't know. We'll find out when I get there what I do with this. But the idea is just to put something on your page and then come back later and create art around it. Could write a story, could write a poem, could... All right, now I'm going to skip that page because I want to go to these jars. I want to go to the jars. I've got this one and this one and this one. Is that it? I think so. And these probably were from the same magazine layout. And I kind of like that. And I could see June I'm seeing journaling tonight. Let's put this one down. And it is 9:55. I'm going to do these two and then we will call it a night. I want to thank you guys. Don't forget, Becky, if she comes on tomorrow morning, will come on between 6:30 and 6:45. Sometimes she changes her schedule, but she usually posts. You can look for her there at that time. And Dee Dee comes on. Dee Dee never changes her schedule unless she has something special going on in her life. And she comes on at 8:30 Eastern, and she's on till about 11 my time. I think she's still on. So she's on a pretty long time. And Janet Nash, can't forget Janet Nash, she comes on at 9 Eastern. I think I'm going to fold this one over. Let's just fold that jar over, and we'll put that other one. Where is it? Hold on, I'm reaching for it. Here. Oh. No, we'll put it here. And come back to it. I want to do this one. And this will be the last page I do tonight. Janet Nash comes on at 9 Eastern. Janet's been on a vacation to Canada. And I think this is her first stream since she's been back. Or did she stream last week? I can't remember. And Carol got to meet Janet Nash. My Quiet Corner, Carol got to meet Janet Nash. How cool is that? And then Janet Young comes on around, I think, 1 Eastern. And Barb Owen and Dana Yates. And then I don't know who in the evening. Because I'm usually off doing other stuff then. Might have to trim this a little, but I'll do that later. Ooh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Isn't that cool? I could see doing a blue water wash in here. Actually, I could see doing blue, brown, and green lavender. Let's pop over to this page and put this one down. And I was debating whether I want to fold this in a little. I think I do. Let's tear that off. Such a shame. There it goes. And we're going to glue this one down, and then we're going to... This will be my last thing tonight. So, I showed you all my thrift hauls. Had several of them. And we opened Rebecca's package. We did some work on our postcards, our fairy postcards. And we're working in our page journal. What else did I do tonight? Mostly the hauls, that garage sale haul. Alrighty. Let me trim this. My scissors, hold on. They're here. I just need to get them out. There we go. And stuck to my fingers. So let's just kind of do a quick flip. I'll kind of do a quick flip here. Put my glue stick on. So this is the first page. This is a cool page. I like this. Now I can see doing stuff on this. Scrap papers. More scrap papers. This needs to be glued a little. Put my glue away. It feels stiff in there, but it didn't stick down. See if that helps it any. I'm going to leave that uncovered for a little bit. Some ledger paper, some text paper. Does this inspire you guys at all? I got inspired watching Dee Dee. And I thought, what a wonderful way to use up my scraps. I keep forgetting her name. This flips up. I did not glue that down. I kind of like that. The elephant and then the negative. Oh, I missed a page. I have to come back to it. There's a needs a glue job in here. The vanilla man with his hat. I remember I thought I lost him. This one I think is upside down, but that's okay. No, it's not. A wagon for every kid. Kiddie. K-I-D-D-I-E. And there's a girl working in the cotton threads and kids. This is a kid's page. Papers, tissue papers. I love this one. Very bright and floral. Some tape measure. Pinks, and there's some more pattern paper, an embossed butterfly. This one we did tonight. I have trouble with this page. Unreal. these pages. This one was folded. I love these duckies. And we did this one tonight. And then we did the jars. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. I'm thinking of journaling on some of these. But I'll keep going with scraps until I get this entire book filled. And then when I get it filled, we'll come back and start doing our art, whatever art. See, sometimes these glue sticks, even though I like Pen Plus Gear, either I don't get enough, sometimes you have to go back in and repair. But I have to do that no matter what I'm using. All right, it is 10:04. Juju, let's see, is she on? I don't see her yet, but she usually comes on at 10 Central. Christina, Allie K dropped a link to Christina's channel. Aren't those jars cool, Christina? Hi, Linda. Oh, welcome in. Linda, I haven't forgotten you. You're in the back of my mind. I was going to send you some things, so I'm still gathering. And I think you won a couple things. I think I sent you a postcard. Or did I send you a leprechaun? But I think you won one of those Victorian calendars. I need to get those sent out. All right. I'm going to say good night. I got to clean up the floor behind me because I'm not going to leave it. I need walking space on my floor. Christina, see Christina above. Let me look at this. Thank you, Allie K. Come on, flip. Flip. Christina says, come celebrate my 1-year anniversary with me on Tuesday. I'm on 7 to 10 p.m. Central Time. I am giving away a journal and a collage book that Debbie Epps donated. Oh, what a great, oh. Your 1-year anniversary of your channel on Tuesday, 7 to 10 p.m. Let me swipe, I can't copy it, but I'll take a picture of that. And I won't post it today because I've already posted at least three things today. Let me post it tomorrow, Christina, and I'll promote it on my community tab. If you want to post on the community tab, please feel free to put that invite on the community tab here at the Meri Atelier. So, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, Christina. Thank you, Allie K, for pointing that out. What did Linda say? Linda, good night. I'm still here. But, okay. All right. Well, good night, everybody. I'm going to hunt for my little rabbit, too, because I want to finish those postcards. The week's starting. The week, well, it depends on whether you count Sunday as the first day of the week. But the work week starts tomorrow. For those of you who have to work, have a great week. And if you don't have to work, have a great week. And Meri says these long goodbyes. It's just my nature. Goodbye, everybody.